Hello, everyone. Well, whoever is watching this in retrospect, because there's nobody actually here right now. Hello. Well, no more. There you go. Welcome to the stream. We are here. We're doing a live experiment. We are in front of the Christmas tree. It is very windy. It is not cold, but it is windy. Like really, really windy. But I think everything is set. I don't think the tripod will fall. So yeah, let's see. Hey Valentin. Hey Ultimul Cretin. You're Romanian, right? Hey Jackie. Nice to see you, Jackie. Oh, you were watching. Oh, nice. Hey, would you like to try a social experiment? I just ask you some questions. That's it. Get you to think a little bit. Okay. Hey Roya, nice to see you. Keisha, hi Chip. Do you have PayPal for donations? Keisha, I do have PayPal, thank you. But I'd rather not, like, I don't know. If you want to donate, you can do it through YouTube. But if you don't want to do that, that's okay. You don't have to. Like, donations are like, I appreciate them when they happen, but they're not obligatory, you know. And I'd rather, I don't know, you share it or speak up for it or something. Speak up for animals or something. Benji says, I don't want to. Hey, Benji, you don't want to what? I want to, but I have no money for 2024. That's good, Benji. You don't have to. And please, and I please want to tell you that if you feel like donating, only do it if you're cool with it. Otherwise, no donations, okay? But let's stay clear of that. How is everybody doing? The sound is delayed, says Valentin. I don't know what to do about that, to be honest. I'm thinking, I have no clue why that would happen. Hey Martin, nice to see you. Hey Pia. There's enough people passing by today. The weather is quite nice. As I said, it's just a little bit windy, which is, well, a little bit. It's pretty windy, but it's not cold at all. Hey, you guys want to try a social experiment? We're a little bit out of cards today. I have to order new cards. I think I have in total maybe, 6 cards left. 6 cards left. But that's good that we're getting rid of these ones, because these ones have my old social media details. So I've been planning to make new ones. And also in the new ones, I want to write down the things that I tell people to watch, like the most important speech or stuff like that. Shizi, what are we talking about, sir? Hey Shizi, nice to see you here. We're doing a social experiment where we're asking people to think about their choices. We're asking them some questions, and we'll see what happens. Hey, would you like to try a social experiment? Paul Watson was released from prison yesterday. Denmark finally made the right decision. Nice. Hey, any reason why you rebranded to that chip guy? Asks Luke. Yeah, Luke, I rebranded to that chip guy because I want to start making more content. I haven't had the time to do more content, more different style of content. And I don't want to just capture the vegan community for that. I really want to try also people outside of it, so that I don't know, they kind of see just how nice the community is, just how normal people we are, and just how we just make content, and we're just regular old people who just don't oppress animals. The wind is, I accidentally knocked the phone with my pen. I have to keep it with 2 hands, because otherwise it's just gonna knock everything down. Yeah, so that's why I changed it. What time is there? Asks Siamsu. It's 3 o'clock. It's 3 p.m. Hey, would you like to try a social experiment? Okay. It always takes a little bit, especially the first time. Where are you from? Oh, you asked him. Okay, yo. I'm glad the chat is chatting. I'm gonna focus on getting some people. Would you like to try a social experiment? You guys want to try a social experiment? Hey Sensi, nice to see you there. It would be insane that, when it was the coldest day, that so many people stopped. But now that it's like a little bit warmer, people don't actually stop, right? It's kind of weird, but you never know, right? I can't predict what people want to do, so let's see. In the background, you can see the big Christmas tree in Amsterdam, and next to it, there's an ice rink. I don't know if you can see that. I mean, my phone is pretty small, so I don't know how much you can see. Yeah. CR says absolutely no one cares. That's okay, CR. If you don't care, you can just, stick around. Maybe you'll care eventually, or, go away. I don't know. It's a free world, you're free to do whatever you want to do. Do a little dance for ease. You can see the tree. I was wondering if you can see the ice ring. You guys want to try a social experiment? Let's see, we'll give it 5 more minutes. If not, we move away. Waking up with Chip. Be still my bidding heart, Jackie. Marcos, thank you so much. Oh my God, I word you because you do the job that I had to do. But I'm doing activism too in my local area. Oh, that's awesome, Marcos. Thank you for doing activism. That is awesome. That is awesome. Hey, you guys want to try a social experiment? Just ask you some questions. I think as it gets darker, there will also be a little bit more people, so let's see. You guys want to try a social experiment?
Is it free?
Yeah, of course. I just ask you some questions. Okay. You okay being live on my YouTube channel?
Oh, hi guys. Hello.
You okay being live on my YouTube channel?
What?
Are you okay being live from my YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Can you come a little bit closer so that you're in view? Okay, nice. What's your name?
Elsa.
Where are you from?
Here, Amsterdam.
Oh, nice. How about you? What's your name?
I'm Eden.
Eden.
Yes.
Okay, Elsa and Eden. Do any of you have any pets
No.
or animals
No.
that you care about? No?
No.
Okay, then I'll just turn this around then on you. So it says animal abuse should be legal.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
No.
Why not?
Because why? It's not. Hoe zeg je dat? It's not relevant. Because why? No. Just no. Because it's sad for the animals.
Yeah, it is. What do you think?
Yes, I agree with her.
Yeah, so it should not be legal.
No.
How do you define abuse?
Like hitting and I know like last year there were like videos going around from like kittens and birds in like blenders,
Oh,
so
yes.
yeah, I
No?
just think it's
Cat in
very
the blender.
no, hoe zeg je dat? The mixer.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you can make like smoothies in.
Yeah.
And we saw it on camera, and after that they were doing it in a microwave. So yeah, I don't think it should be legal.
So it would be wrong to put an animal into a blender.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You think so too?
Yes.
Okay. So that would be wrong to put an animal into a blender. And when we talk about animals, what animals are we referring to about? Because I know we talk about cats and dogs. It's definitely wrong, right? But what about chickens? Is it wrong to put a chicken in the blender?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Ik weet al waar dit heen gaat. Ik weet nu al.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know, yeah.
What am I talking about?
I think about like the the chickens in like the very big things.
Like an industrial farm.
Yeah, because we saw, I don't know if it was with her, but in the dam there was like a camera where you can see like how it happens, and it's not very fun to see.
Would you be surprised to find out that the chickens are actually blended up alive in animal agriculture?
I know.
You know?
I saw it on camera.
Did you know that?
No,
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
don't
saw
know.
it on camera, yeah.
It was not very fun. We were traumatized
Yeah.
after that. Yeah.
Do you know? Did they also? Do you know why they get blended up alive?
Because if they are in eggs that are chickens in it, they will just get being. I don't know why, but they just don't want them because they're useless.
So there's two types of chickens, right? The ones that are raised for raising eggs and the ones that are raised for meat. The chickens that are raised for eggs are they all come from a hatchery. Within hatcheries, somebody has to select when a chicken comes out of an egg. Somebody has to select. If they're male, they don't produce eggs, right?
No.
So if they don't produce eggs,
Or
So-
they will be put in.
they're put in an
that was it.
industrial
Yeah.
blender. Yeah. If they're female, of course, they go to a backyard chickens. If you own chickens at home, if a farmer owns chickens, whoever has chickens, they all come from the same place. So whenever you're buying eggs, for example, you're supporting the blending of chickens alive.
I don't. Yeah. I know it's true, but I eat a lot of eggs in the morning because it's good for me. But yeah,
so
I know
how can you
it's
say you're against blending up chickens alive when you support
because
it?
not. I don't think every. I don't know, but I just think I need to like eat it because it has good proteins in it. But
you
I
think
don't
you-
think it's right.
But do you think you can get all the nutrients that you need in other ways, like maybe having a plant-based diet without exploiting any animals?
Yeah, of course, but like I think it's a little bit the same as like being a vegetarian. I also think that's not good, but I still eat it because I need it for my body.
I mean, vegetarians still eat eggs, right? So they still pay for the exact
Yeah.
same thing, whereas chickens being blended
Where they
up
don't know,
alive.
but
Yeah.
they do. Yeah.
So again, how can you justify saying that you're against blending up chickens alive when you're paying for it?
Not
So,
me.
hoe zeg je dat de kippen de eieren gewoon broeden?
Maybe you're not paying, but your parents are,
Yeah.
right? But they're paying because you demand it, right? Because if you wouldn't eat the eggs, they wouldn't buy more eggs, right?
No, but sometimes we also need eggs for like baking stuff, you know?
Can you not bake without the eggs?
No.
No, why not? What is it?
Because-
What is it that the
'Cause
egg does
for
within baking?
For some things you need egg. I
Like
don't
what?
know for what. For tiramisu, I made it yesterday. I need an egg white for that.
So if you were to find out a replacement without using eggs, what would you see it as an obligation to use the
Yes,
replacement?
of course, but I don't think they have it yet.
No, there is plenty of replacements actually.
Oh.
There's like multitude of replacements, even ones that you can make at home, especially for baking. But do you see it as an obligation that you don't have to support blending up chickens
Yes.
alive? Yeah.
Yes.
So does that mean that you will no longer be consuming eggs?
Nou,
No.
I think eggs are very delicious. So
But what about the victims behind your choices?
you mean the chicken?
The chickens that get blended up alive because you like to eat
But
their
they
eggs.
don't blend it alive,
They
right?
do, they do.
people-
Do you want me to show you? I can show you.
I want to see what they
okay.
think.
I can show you exactly what happens
Benji
to.
no sir with dairy intake, ghee, butter, yogurt, and milk.
Let me show you. So so that you know what you're paying for. I thought I had the iPad on me to show you the video, but I don't have the video. Let's
I
circle.
already seen the video, so I don't really want
Oh.
to see
This is where they get blended up alive. you
Yes.
see.
I know it. I already seen it. I couldn't. Are you in the same thing as people that wear screen mask?
You mean in Anonymous for the Voices? I know them. No,
Yeah.
I'm not with Anonymous for the Voices right now. I'm just alone trying to
I saw a
speak
video
on
from
behalf
the-
of animals,
yeah.
right? Like, imagine I'm a baby chick right now. I'm a chicken. How can you justify sending my brothers and sisters into an industrial blender for something that you don't need, but something that you want?
It's not good, but I just hope that we can make it all work out. Like instead of making the chickens dead, you just
Well, we can make it work out if you stop paying for my brothers and sisters to go into an industrial blender.
but the point is they're not your brother and sister, so I don't.
I speak for them because they don't have a voice.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to ask my parents about that, but I really need to eat eggs.
You really need to eat eggs.
Yes.
What specifically do you, so what you say? Would you eat eggs if it came at
Just
the
be
cost of
vegan,
you?
shut your mouth.
Would you eat eggs if it came at the cost of you losing your friend? Like your friend would be blended up alive if you ate an egg?
No, but
The
that's a
point
different
is,
thing.
Would you?
wait, what?
Would you eat an egg knowing that when you buy that egg, your friend would be blended up alive?
That's other thing. So
No, it's not.
Because-
I don't think the story behind it is fun. My parents always try to buy that they had a really good life, like with the 5 stars. So I think that's already an achievement. And
Did you have a good life? Did you have a good life?
yes.
So it
we
would be okay to
sometimes-
blend her
but
up
we-
alive.
But we
What do you mean?
sometimes also buy chickens from my grandparents' neighbors, and they have their own chickens. So like
They all come from a hatchery, as I mentioned at the
I
beginning.
know, but they birth their own eggs, so it's less.
Yeah, but the chickens come from the same place. You're still supporting the blending up alive of chickens. And you're not only getting eggs from there. I mean, come on. So how are you justifying? Like again, if your friend were to die, how would you justify eating an egg just so that your friend because you like it?
But
Your
I
friend's life
don't-
doesn't matter.
No, that's different.
Well, you're saying the life
I
of
know-
these
I
of
know you
thousands
can-
of animals don't matter because you like an egg.
Like I know what you're saying, but I don't really like that you like make me the bad person here, because
I never said that.
No, but if she needs to be dead for eggs, I wouldn't do it. Cause she's
So
a living
So why
person.
is it? Why does she deserve to live more than any other male chick?
I'm sorry, but I think she deserves to live more. I don't
Why?
want not more, but if I need to choose between them, I would.
No. The choice is between killing her, or killing nobody, right? The
I
choice
know.
is between killing thousands of birds or killing nobody. Why would you choose to kill thousands of birds?
What do you mean?
Why would you choose to exploit and kill thousands of birds? Thousands of male chicks are blended up alive because you choose to continue buying eggs, because you choose to support this industry.
I'm sorry, I don't really get what you mean.
So, when you eat eggs, you create demand for eggs. When you create demand for eggs, male chicks are blended up alive.
Oh my god.
How can you justify?
Yeah.
Damn. It is windy. So how can you justify forcing all these male chicks into blenders?
Not. I can't justify it. I'm not trying to justify it, but I'm just saying, like, other people that say, like, I don't need to eat eggs every day, I don't. I eat it, like, twice a week. And that's because it is really healthy and it's
Who cares?
Like
me.
in
Yes,
Why?
I
You can
think-
be really healthy without killing or forcing innocent beings into a fucking blender. What do you mean?
But
I know.
there are so many food where egg is in,
Yeah.
and
There is no food where egg is needed. Zero. You can have any food you want on a plant-based diet. Any food.
What do you eat on a daily day then?
Oh, there are vegan omelets. You'd be surprised.
I know, but what do you eat on a daily day?
Sometimes a vegan omelet, sometimes tofu, sometimes tempeh, sometimes tacos, sometimes.
Yes.
But do
steaks.
you
Doesn't
really
matter, they're
enjoy
all
eating
vegan.
that?
100%, even more. Because the reality is that I'd rather my food doesn't create victims when it's not necessary, huh?
I don't want to leave the museum area.
I think it's very hard to eat never an egg again because
It's not just about eggs,
there is
is
so
it?
much food I like where egg is in.
But it's not just about eggs, is it? It's about all the animal products, you know? Like for all animal products, any animal, like, would you kill a dog to eat an egg?
No.
No. So what exactly is the difference between a dog and a chicken that justifies killing one for the other?
But I think
Because the dog has nothing to do with the chicken.
I think
The chicken is
Not-
being.
I'm extrapolating, right? I'm making a reference.
Yeah,
you
but
say
it's-
you say it's wrong to kill dogs for. Is it wrong to kill dogs for food?
Yes.
Okay, why? Why is it okay to kill other animals but not okay to kill dogs?
But the point is, I also think it's not okay to kill sheep and pigs and cows. But there is also happening that.
But you support that.
I don't support that.
If you eat
Like-
it, you support it.
I think not every chicken has to die when we eat an egg.
But they
Yes.
do.
No, not every chicken.
All the chickens, when they can no longer produce when they can no longer produce a single egg per day, when their egg producer, when their egg production declines to like 4 eggs per week, 5 eggs per week, they get killed.
Yes, it's. But I'm not agree with that.
But you are saying verbally that you don't agree with it, but your actions say otherwise, because that's what they do when you buy eggs. That's what you're supporting. You're telling the farmers, please kill more chickens like this. Please do more of this so that I can have my eggs.
But it can be the same with everything, because I think you're also wearing clothes right now that are made from children and hardworking people that also die from the.
Nope.
No?
No.
No. You're 100% sure about that.
100% sure. I bought this jacket 6 years ago. I paid a lot of money so that it's specifically made in the Netherlands.
Okay, now that's pretty great for you.
But who cares, right? Who cares at the end of the day? Like imagine me saying here, telling you that one of your actions means thousands of animals are killed for you, and you're here saying, yeah, but you do this. Who cares?
But you're also trying
Your
to-
action, who cares? Like literally, you have a choice, right? I don't have a choice. I need to wear clothes. You see?
Yeah.
Do you need to eat eggs? Do you need to eat animal products?
I don't really eat much, so for me myself, it's really important for me that I eat eggs, because there are proteins and things in it that I
It's
need
not.
to eat.
This is nonsense.
me-
Come on.
But I don't think you could really say that about me, because you're.
I
not
can
me.
say that about anyone because I'm studying to be a certified nutritionist, and I can tell you with 100% certitude that you don't need any animal products in your diet.
But I need it because I don't eat other things.
Well, you can eat other things.
One of the important things to eat are bread, and in bread is egg.
Bread? No, there's no eggs in bread.
Niet?
No eggs in bread. Bread is vegan. Pasta is vegan. Rice, beans, lentils, chickpeas. You have so many options. Literally, you have more plant-based options than animal-based options.
Yes. But
You're annoying, to
in
be
the
honest.
in
Why is your mod only deleting the people that are supporting us?
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing right now, but it doesn't really matter. The question is, again, how do you justify forcing innocent animals into slaughterhouses for your own
Hey, can I say something
desires?
without you judging me?
But this isn't
I-
judgment.
okay,
This
no,
is
no,
what you're
but
doing, and
okay.
I'm asking how you justify
I
it.
don't support it. I don't think it's nice. I don't
But
think.
you do it. What do you mean you don't support it? Wait, what statement? How can you claim that you don't support it if you consume it and therefore create demand for it? Is that not support?
Yeah, it is support, but
So
not,
you do support
not
it?
mentally supporting. It's
Oh,
financially
so you're
supporting.
saying that you don't support it, but your actions actually support it. It's like if I said that I don't actually, if I said that I respect women, but then I went around beating women, did I respect women or not?
No. But did
No.
I beat the chicken?
Well, you are
No,
you
'cause-
are
no, 'cause
literally
I
their
didn't beat the
oppressor.
chicken.
Because of you is that why they end up in slaughterhouses.
but there's a thing. I don't think. Hoe zeg je dat? Elsa,
Yes.
hoe zeg-
Low FX123. You're totally
hoe-
right.
hoe zeg je? Het heeft niet zoveel zin. Hoe zeg je dat?
It doesn't really has.
Hoe zeg je dat?
Met wat?
Dat het niet zoveel zin heeft om nu geen ei meer
It's
te
not.
eten.
It's not helping.
Because there are always people who. Hoe zeg je slagers? Slagers in het Engels?
Slaughter? No, I don't know.
Yeah,
Slagers, the people who kill them. I don't think
I know
they,
you can
they
say to
stop
me like
soon.
if I
It
stop.
starts with you. You realize that, right? Like imagine if there's a city where there's only people who don't eat animal products. Do you think they'll slaughter animals for that city?
No.
No. So there you go. So because you do it,
But they
it's the
do-
reason why they
but-
do it.
but-
It's
but
no,
you
it
can't-
doesn't.
you
It
can't
doesn't start
say-
the other way around.
No,
they don't
but you-
slaughter animals,
I'm sorry,
and
but
you do it.
you can't
and
say that it will stop if we two are gonna stop.
up to 100 animals per year will be spared an existence of slaughter of exploitation if you stop.
No, because the eggs are still gonna be made, and if we don't buy it, it's
Up
gonna
to
go.
100 animals per year.
I know, but if we don't buy it and you say then they won't be sold, they will be made. So it will just go in the trash.
Yeah, they'll go in the trash, and then the next animals won't be exploited for you. The next animals won't
So
be put
you
into this.
think
Yeah.
it's right to go in the trash? So they just get killed
Yeah.
for literally nothing.
Yeah, I think it's better to.
For literally nothing.
Yes. Because when you buy it, you support for the next animal. Do you understand that?
Yes.
It's
But
not
I
about.
think
I just think
there are always people who don't gonna stop eating chicken.
There will
or,
always be
or
peop-
eggs or.
There
or
will always be racists in this planet. That doesn't mean you have to be one, right? There will
No.
always be people who don't respect animals. Does that mean that you don't have to respect animals? Do you think you're respecting animals when you're forcing them into slaughterhouses for you?
I respect animals.
How can you say you respect animals if you force them into a slaughterhouse
I'm
for
sorry,
something that
but
is
maybe
optional
okay.
to you?
I will just be honest. Maybe I respect chickens that live for the chickens I get, and I also respect chickens that are dying for us. But maybe I respect chickens a little
No
less.
chicken dies for us. They get killed. How do you respect somebody by killing them for something that you don't need? This isn't. How can you? If I say, if you do, you respect your friend?
Yes.
Are you gonna kill her because you want to?
I'm sorry, but you're just making a little bit weird things. Cause I know every damn people in this life think a human life is
cares?
worth more. I care.
cares?
Cause you think.
It doesn't matter. That doesn't allow you to like you two are worth less to me than my family is. That doesn't mean I get to draw a line and kill any one of you, right? That doesn't mean just because you have less of a value to me than the people close to me doesn't mean that I just get to do whatever I want to you, right? I could have power over you. Why? How does that make it right when we have power over somebody to just force them into slaughterhouses for something that we want? How can you justify that?
I can, but it's also like some people are saying it in life. They're deleting comments if we
I
say.
don't care about
but
that.
I do.
Tell
'Cause
me how you justify
no,
it.
because
Look,
you
listen,
don't-
98% of the people worldwide, they justify it, and 98% of the people are animal abusers. They support
But
it.
you can't. Okay, but that's their own thing.
not
You
my
can't
own thing.
really say.
That is a logical
that
argument
I-
that I'm saying. Logically speaking, you are supporting a system of animal abuse. How would you call yourself that?
Take it out. Say it
If you
again.
support a system of animal abuse, would you call yourself an animal abuser?
I'm sorry. Say it one time again. I can't.
If you support a system of animal abuse, would you call yourself an animal abuser?
No,
No.
because I don't abuse them myself.
But
I
you
think
pay
it's
others to
weird-
do it, don't you?
I don't pay for that. I paid for my ex. I paid
Yeah,
for my
but for
food.
the
I
eggs,
don't
they
pay.
abuse the animals.
It's their
Doesn't
own.
matter. You're
but
supporting
I
that.
do, but you can't say what I support or not. I think
That's
my.
what you pay for. What do you
no,
mean?
because I pay for my ex, my food.
They're not yours, by the way. They belong to the chicken.
I know, but I pay for them to eat, and if I buy them, they're
So
mine.
wait, let's put it
No,
this
but
way.
If I buy them, they're mine.
If I
I'm
pay
sorry, but-
for your friend's hair, does that allow somebody to come and cut her hair and give it to me? Because I only pay for hair. Does that make it right? If I please leave the chat out of this. Come on.
I just want to
trying
read.
You can read it afterwards. I'm trying to have a conversation with you. It's very hard to have a conversation with you if you're going to look away. Okay? So, if I pay for somebody to cut your friend's hair, who is responsible for that?
If you pay someone to cut my friend's hair,
Yeah.
the
I just want the hair.
okay, so
But
you paid
many,
for
many,
it.
Many people are doing that.
Well, that's consent. Against her consent. She doesn't want to. She say no, please don't do it. But you know what? I pay for it because I want hair. Does that make it right?
It doesn't make them right, but it is still the fault from.
So it's the fault of the person who does it, not the person,
Yeah.
not the person
also,
who pays for
but
it.
more the person who does it, because
So you have some responsibility in the matter then.
yes, of course.
Yeah. So then you are partially responsible for the fact that animals go into a slaughterhouse.
De slagerij bedoelt u toch?
Oh yes, yes. I don't know.
Listen, I'm trying to speak to you because you just seem to. You seem to. It doesn't matter what these people think, okay?
I
It doesn't
know,
matter
I
what
know.
We don't
anybody
really-
thinks.
we don't-
The reality is, we live in
No,
a
'cause
world
I-
where
I
animals
do
are
think
seen as in.
you
Yes,
matter
and
what we
I-
think.
I
Because if we think
understand that.
something, you would just.
No,
say it's not right
I
what we
believe
think.
that you think that you respect animals. I believe that you think that,
But we
you do
do.
realize that your actions
No,
don't
but
say
you
that,
can't-
right? Do you realize that your actions don't say that? Do you realize that your actions don't say that you respect animals?
I know, but it's we don't kill the chicken.
Who cares? It starts with you. If I don't kill a person but I pay somebody to kill it, isn't that my responsibility?
Now,
We're going in circles. It doesn't matter. Like just you have to stop. You have, like, I understand that you say you respect animals, but you got to think a little bit for yourselves. You can't possibly say you respect animals when you're paying for them to be killed for you, for something that you don't need, just because you want, just because you like the taste of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, they
Yes.
don't have a voice to come and sit here and talk to you, you know?
We understand what you're meaning.
It's not that we don't understand it. It's just I don't think
It's very
Personally-
hard to do a thing what we are not hoe zeg je, gewend.
we're not used to.
Yes,
I understand that.
it's
'cause
very hard to make this life of change.
I
think
understand.
also
Understand?
part of life.
It's not part of life. Killing is not part of life.
I
I'm
know,
sorry.
but it is like it's never been different.
Does it matter? Like, women didn't have rights for thousands of years. At some point, somebody.
So-
Should we have never given rights to women because
But I
it's
think
always
that's
been like
also
that? It
a
doesn't
little
matter.
bit
What-
different.
what
I
do
think
you-
the rights of a woman is really different than a right.
I'm not saying about the rights of women.
Yeah,
What I'm
you-
saying,
but you
no, what you
are.
said is
No.
justified because it's always happened. That's what you said.
I've
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna change because it's always happening.
Who cares? The question is, do you want to be part of it?
what do you think about the
And this will never change if you continue participating in it, of course, right? Like, the bare minimum you can do is not participate in it. I'm not telling you to come here on the street and speak up on behalf of animals. That would be cool. But what I'm telling you is that the bare minimum you can do if you respect animals is not force them into slaughterhouses. That's literally what I'm saying. Do you think that a cow wants to be forced into a slaughterhouse because you fancy a
No.
burger or milk or whatever it is?
No.
So how can we justify doing this to them? I mean, honestly, like,
maybe now we don't need eggs or
yeah, now we
or-
don't.
or,
Yeah, maybe in the past we did. I'm
chicken
not
or
disputing that in the
or
past we
pigs,
might.
but in the past
Maybe, but right now, it doesn't matter what was in the past, right? I understand maybe you can.
it's a thing. It's always been, and I think it's natural thing.
It's
from
not
the-
natural.
But
Nothing.
it's I don't
Nothing
think
that happens.
yes,
I
is
don't
good.
think
Nothing
I
that
think
happens
vegan
on the
things are
farm
also
is
not
natural.
You know.
Who cares? That's the thing. It does appeal to. Do you know what an appeal to nature is? It's a logical fallacy that you think that if something is natural, it is good, or if it's not natural, it is bad. But that's nothing. That doesn't mean that that's not true. You know, like in apple seeds, they have cyanide. They have the compound that when it reacts with your stomach acid, it becomes like cyanide. Doesn't mean that it's natural. Apples are natural. Doesn't mean that they're good for you. Just like that. That's an example of to prove that something natural isn't necessarily good for you. So it doesn't matter. You can eat whatever you want. You can wear whatever you want. You can have your entertainment however you want. Just don't put other victims on them. It's not the animal's fault that you want to eat eggs, is it? It's not the animal's fault that you like the taste of their flesh. Why should they pay for it? Why should a cow have their throat slit because you like the taste of their flesh? How is that fair towards them? How are you respecting them when you're doing that?
Of course, like they don't, and we don't respect that. But I also try not to eat much. It's not that I try to eat as much flesh as I can, but sometimes my body really needs it.
No, my body. When
But
my body
my
says it
view-
needs ice cream, does it mean that my body needs ice cream?
That's really different. Because
How is it
there are
different?
not things.
So
in
how do you know if your body
ice
needs
cream.
it?
There are things in there.
What
I don't know
things?
how you say it in
What
English,
things?
but there are things in it that are good for you.
Which ones?
Iron, some
Iron you can
milk?
get from spinach, literally. It's easy.
Yeah, but do we want to eat spinach all the time?
You don't have to eat spinach all the time, just like you don't have to eat meat all the time. You said
No,
you don't
I-
eat meat
I
all the
also
time.
don't
Instead of eating meat, eat spinach. Supplement, who cares? Do you really think any of it justifies forcing an innocent being into a
No, I
slaughterhouse?
don't. But you're just like saying things I don't say. You're just saying, you're putting stuff in my mouth. I don't.
But you're
justify.
justifying it. You don't realize that right now. All the reasons that you come up with it are justifications to continue doing it.
Yes.
You're justifying it. So you're justifying an animal going to a slaughterhouse for you.
Because I understand you.
I understand what you mean. It's not that, but you know.
Listen, at the end of the day, you got to think which side of it. Do you want to be the violent side towards animals or not violent? That's it. That's all I'm saying. You can choose to not be violent if you want. I'm not here trying to
Yes,
scold you, and I'm sorry if I've been a bit
I
harsh
can-
with you. Please don't
Yes.
take it up on animals if that is the case. Just
I can try it.
I
I can
appreciate
try
you
it
saying
for a
that.
week,
Of course.
and then if it's good.
Wait, I'm gonna.
But you have to understand that it's not.
But because this is a very big challenge for me.
I appreciate that, and I understand that. Like, first of all, I appreciate you being open-minded towards the idea, and I'm gonna give you resources to help you out with that. But like the whole point is that we need to, there might be a taste difference, there might be a texture difference, whatever it is.
I think
We gotta ask ourselves if the difference is worth what the animals go
I
through.
agree with you with the chickens who were killed and the pigs and the cow, but the eggs, that's
But maybe you haven't seen what they go through for the eggs. That's why.
Like, but I
Yes.
have.
I have been on farms where they on biological farms where they literally, the minute they no longer produce 7 eggs per week. You know what an egg is for the chicken, by the way?
No.
It's their period. It's like their period. Imagine having your period every day, and when you no longer have it every day, somebody comes and kills you because that's what they think. Because you're only as good as what you give. The minute you can no longer give as much as they want, they kill you.
Yes. Yeah.
that part I don't understand why they kill them.
Because-
if they don't produce
Because they have to
eggs.
feed them, and it costs money to feed them.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So otherwise, it's just not profitable for them. It's all about the money
Yeah,
at the
but
end of the
they
day.
can also sell the chicken to other farmers. who
But
want
that also
chicken
costs
for
money,
fun.
right? Having to sell something requires somebody to do that. It requires a salary. It requires a lot of other stuff, right? It's the easiest to just do what they've been taught, which is just kill them. Doesn't matter. Send them to a slaughterhouse.
Yes.
Can I just give you some resources that you look more into it? I mean, it's not. I just want you to at least get informed. At the end of the day, it's not. There's no reason that you. And if you decide that you don't want to be part of it, and I hope you do, you have several resources over there.
I can try it
Here you go.
to don't buy more eggs and meat. But that's
I would
very
say
hard.
get informed first and foremost, because once you get informed and you see kind of the victims and kind of the shit that you're paying for, you might be surprised, because I was in your place. I wasn't always vegan, I was in the place where I was justifying it and saying all kinds of stuff. But at some point, once I saw it, I realized that there's no way to justify it. There's no way for me to go to bed at night saying that I'm doing something right when I'm doing one of the worst things for something
I
that
don't-
brings me pleasure.
You all can hate me for this, but I don't think I'm doing something right. But I'm gonna continue to eat eggs. 'Cause I don't know what I need to eat everything else, and I just don't really eat much.
There will always be people who don't respect animals. I'm sorry.
I
That's-
do respect
No,
animals.
no, you can't say that.
Animals are not only.
You respect some
Yes, I
animals.
think what you want to say is that animals are not the important things in
No.
life.
Yes.
That's okay. I'm not
I
saying
have
that they're
other things
important.
on my mind than
Yeah, but
not eating.
But you see, you can have
eggs.
all those. That's the thing. You can have all those things throughout the day. Think about whatever you want. But when you make a choice to eat something, you make that choice. Nobody's forcing you into these choices,
No,
right?
I don't.
So you can easily say, I don't want to force an animal for my choice. I don't want an animal to be exploited for me. I don't want them to. I don't know, whatever it is, that there's so much shit happening. Like, you'd be surprised. Like, pigs have their tail cut as little pigs. They have their balls cut as little kids, without any anesthesia, without anything. If they don't grow fast enough, they literally knock them on the floor like this. Like, there's all sorts of awful things that they do to them. Like, you might think that you're not supporting it. You might think of some place where chickens live nicely, animals live nicely, and then you just take a little bit from them. But the reality is they get all of them. In all animal agriculture, they all get exploited, abused, and then eventually slaughtered.
Yes. Yes.
Just
Yeah,
get
I-
informed. That's all I want you. I give you a flyer. Please just go through that. That's it, okay?
Yes.
I understand you, and I know why you don't eat eggs and
Yes.
meat and that kind of things. But for me, yes, because my whole life I eat this kind of food. So yes, that's the thing. That's very hard for me.
It's okay, I understand that. Just go through the flyer, you'll have resources there. And you know, again, I speak for them, and I hope that out of our discussion today, I hope that you will make some changes, because
Yes.
on the other side of it, you may not see what happens to them, but they do go through awful shit. Like
Yeah.
absolutely something that you wouldn't want to be in their shoes even for a second, because they have zero body autonomy. Nobody considers what they want, or what they're literally seen as objects and used for what they want, for something that you buy literally.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. If you're buying meat, they're used as meat. If you're buying eggs, they're used as egg machines. If you're buying milk, they're used as milk machines. That's it.
We understand.
And they deserve a little bit better. We're all animals at the end of the day, you know.
Yes.
We have no right over them just because we're more intelligent.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for having this conversation.
Bye. How
Bye.
do you, what are you like?
My YouTube channel is called That Chip Guy.
That. Wait. Can you spell it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Bye guys. I hope you guys don't hate us. Bye all vegan trolls. No, I'm just making a joke. What? Jelly bean, do you know that okay. Bye guys.
Bye bye.
Hugs.
Bye. Yeah, everyone. I was. Welcome to the stream, everybody. It is very windy, as you saw. The tripod literally flew off for a second. Yeah, I mean, I get. Hey, you want to try the social experiment?
Am I on camera?
Yeah, you're okay being live on YouTube. You can also be off camera if you want.
Oh yeah, I want to be.
Okay, that's okay. Did you hear anything that I was talking to them?
No, I don't speak so good English, but my English I can talk.
Okay.
I can talk.
Okay, so I'll just turn this around and you tell me what you think. It says animal abuse should be legal.
No,
No? Can I ask why not?
because it's wait, I need to translate something. Zielig. Zielig.
Say it in Dutch, maybe.
It's sad because animals are just like living like humans, and I don't go out home and I just like punch a bunch of humans. If you do it with animals, it's really sad.
That's
I
true.
think.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true. Okay, but what if I get some benefit from punching them?
Yeah, it's still very sad for them.
It's still sad
Because
for
I
them.
have a cat at home and I really love her, and if she dies, I will really sad.
What's her name?
Poes.
Push. Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
this is the Dutch name for cat.
Ah,
For
okay.
cat.
What can you tell me something that she likes, like as a preference, something that she enjoys?
If you like roll her on her back and you cuddle her, she very likes that.
Ah, that's good. That's good.
She likes eating
She likes eating.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's
and
good.
drinking a lot of water.
Okay.
She drinks.
Does she? Oop, that's okay. Does she have something that she's afraid of?
Yeah. If you shut the door very hard, she will like this, and she will very afraid, and then just like run away and go outside.
Okay. Do you consider her as member of your family, or do you see her as an inferior?
She is a part of my family because when family members coming over, they say, "Oh, where's the cat? I want to cuddle her." And it's very nice to see that. Everyone knows her. All my friends, when they come over, they say, "Oh, a cat! I very like that," and I go to cuddle her. It's very.
So, if Push were not to be part of your family in an alternate universe, if Push were not to be part of your family, do you think she would still have preferences and fears?
I think so because we didn't bother. She come to us. My mother just like called a bunch of people and they said, "No, we don't know her. You can keep her." but I think she was abused there before that, because she was very afraid of everything. If you like stepped, she will run away, and yeah, that.
So, would it be fair for somebody in this alternate universe when she's on her own? Would it be fair for somebody to come and hit her or kill her?
No, I don't think so, because animals deserve a life like humans.
Exactly.
If I kill a human right now, I'm going into jail. I don't say it has to be same with animals, but you do have to get
Punishment.
a punishment. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. How do you feel about the animals that we farm usually? The animal like cows, chickens, pigs. Do you think they're not the same as your cat? Do you think they don't have emotions or fears or desires?
Yeah, they do have emotions, but yeah, I don't think about it when I'm eating a bunch of meat. I don't think about that.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But do you think that from their perspective, if you think from their side, do you think like when they go through these, like they are born, right? They are just like your cat, they have these preferences, these feelings, but at some point somebody just literally goes and kills them because you or somebody else paid for them to be killed. Do you think that's fair?
Yeah, I don't really have a opinion about this. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this, because of course, it's really sad, but I need to eat.
But you don't need to eat animal products, right? You don't need to be
Yeah.
sending any animal to a slaughterhouse.
It's really part of my life just to go to a restaurant and order some steak. Yeah,
But you don't need to do any of that, right? You can thrive on a plant-based diet. You can choose a plant-based diet.
yeah, I can do that, but it's not really my system. So I think I will be able to do that, but not longer for a month, because then I was, ooh, look, he's eating it. I wanted to. Yeah.
So then how, because I ask you, then how can you say that animals should not be, because just moments ago you were saying animals, somebody who harms an animal should receive punishment, right? Like how can you say that while at the same time you saying that some animals need to be harmed so that you can get the food that you like?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to catch you, by the way. I'm just trying to,
No, I
to
know.
understand.
Yes. Yeah, it's. I don't know, because it's really sad for that animals, but again, yeah, a bunch of people eat it, and it's like long times ago, like 10,000 years ago, people just like killed deers because yeah, they need food, and now it's the same but on a much bigger scale.
Yeah, but
So-
today there's also a bigger difference where we don't need to do any of this. Like, let's say you could, in the past, you could justify that maybe we didn't have other options, but today we have a lot of other options.
Yeah, that's true, because I try to not eat every week uh, animals, but yeah, I don't choose what I eat, so that's my parents are doing that.
So if your parents were to take a cat off the street, kill them, and skin them alive, eat them, or make some food out of them, would you eat that?
No, because it's really, yeah.
When I posed this question was because I wanted to show you that you do have a choice in the matter, right?
Yes.
You do. It's not like your parents force you to eat something. It's one thing or another, right? It's still your choice what you eat.
Yeah, but then I don't have eating, yeah. And I'll be very grumpy when I don't eat.
And it's not just about eating. Let me explain it this way, right? Like, would you say that killing an animal to wear their skin, is that fair?
No, I don't think so.
No. Okay.
You can wear
Why? Why is that not fair?
cotton. And because we already kill them to eat them, and why kill them to make clothes out of them? Yeah, and I don't understand. I really think that these clothes are like ugly because they're shiny.
But let's say we live in a world where we don't kill animals for food. We only kill them for clothing. Why would that be wrong?
Yeah, because then we still kill them and we don't eat the rest of it, and then we just like throw it away, and then
Let's say we use the rest of it somehow. It doesn't matter.
oh, yeah, then you use it like the wool animal, and then it's not completely fair, but a bit more fair, to be honest. Because
Is it fair towards the animal to kill them just to wear their fur?
no, but if you use it for other things, then I think so.
But
If
you use the other things only because you have to, because you killed them for the fur, right?
Oh no, then not. Because if you need it, then yes. Yeah.
So what I'm trying to get at is, because you seem to understand when it comes to clothes, it's wrong to kill an animal to wear their skin,
Yeah.
strictly because we have other options, right?
Yeah, we have cotton, we have.
So when it comes to food, why wouldn't it be the same case? We have other options.
Yeah, I don't really like that the plant-based vegan. Yeah, I don't really like that.
But what have you tried that you don't like?
Those vegan burgers, I don't really get them. It's just.
What if I told you that there's vegan burgers out there that you might try and you might not even know that they're vegan?
They were really expensive. If
Not
you
necessarily, no.
Yeah. I will try it, and if I like it, I will eat it. But sometimes I just prefer the normal burger from.
But let's say there's a taste difference, right? Between this burger from a cow and this burger from plants, right? Let's say that there's difference. Do you think that the taste difference justifies taking a whole life of an animal for what? For 10 minutes of meal for you?
The taste really matters for me.
But you can get taste, right? Like it's just a taste difference. It's not necessarily that doesn't have taste or something.
Yeah. If I don't taste the difference, I will eat the plant-based one. Because,
But if you do taste the difference, you think it justifies killing a cow for that?
yeah, I think so, because other people eat it too, and not only me.
So I could justify killing cats the same way, right? Because I like the taste of their flesh.
Yeah, but a cat, but you can't eat a cat.
Why not?
It is normal to eat a cat.
Who cares what's normal? Normal just means a lot of people do it or not. So if other people don't do it, who cares? I could do that to a cat, right?
Yeah, you could do it, but a lot of people wouldn't be very happy with that.
Well, that's okay. I'm not very happy that you choose to kill cows for it again, and you don't seem to care. So why would I care about other people? So is it again? I'm trying to get you to think a little bit outside of what other people think, but rather about the victims. Do you think it's fair if I just go around killing cats and eating them? Not cats that belong to people, right? Not cats that are pets for somebody, but literally cats who don't belong to anybody. Free cats.
Yeah, if that isn't fair, then then it isn't fair to kill the cows, I think. So, yeah, but I won't become a vegan, but yeah, it's very sad for the animals, but when I eat it, I don't think about it because I just think, ooh, I have some food.
I
can
understand,
eat.
but
Yeah.
don't you think they deserve a little bit more than just to be a forgotten thought? Don't you think they deserve not to have their whole life? Imagine somebody taking your whole life for 10 minutes for them, for 10 minutes of pleasure, for 10 minutes of taste pleasure.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really. Yeah, I don't think that's fair.
It's not fair. Yeah. Yeah, but we are on the side where we can make the choices and we can try to be fair. We are on this side. They can't run away. They don't have options. We do. We have options,
Yeah, we do have options.
Can I give you a flyer to look into it more? I just want you to get a little bit informed because you have several resources there. Maybe read through the flyer and just don't let yourself be part of something that is horrific. If you can choose otherwise, choose otherwise. That's all I gotta say because I know we were all part of the system. I was a part of the system just like you were.
You
But-
become vegan.
Yeah. Do you know what being vegan means, by the way?
Yeah, you don't eat animals. But I don't know, in English you have vegan, because in Netherlands you have also vegan and vegetarisch. And
Vegetarian.
yeah, vegetarian. Because yeah, vegetarian will be okay, but vegan I don't like vegan.
So being vegan has nothing to do with a diet, right? Being vegan literally means we respect animals. And when we respect animals, that means of course we're not going to kill them for something that is optional to us, right? So as a consequence, of course, we don't wear their skin, we don't eat their flesh, we don't eat their secretions like milk. But do you know, for example, why we don't, out of curiosity, do you know why we don't drink milk, for example? What happens to dairy cows?
because it comes from an animal and they go, I think, they go like right into a box and then they go to milk them with a machine
That's one thing,
for
yeah.
hours long.
That's one thing. But for example, so in order for cows to produce milk, they're mammals.
Oh, they need a lot of grass.
So no, they need to be pregnant. They need to have a baby.
Oh, and then the baby is getting killed for.
Yeah, the
food.
first
Yes.
thing that happens is the babies get separated from their mothers because they would drink their milk, and the farmers have to sell the milk, so they can't allow for them to drink the milk. And yes, if they're male, they get killed. If they're female,
They-
same fate as their mother. Yeah, and they all get killed around 6 years old when they can no longer be productive
milk.
enough. Yeah, and they can live up to 25 years, so it's at less than a quarter of their lifespan.
Oh, that's not long.
Yeah, that's why we don't drink milk. And for eggs, there's always something for about it, right? Because in all of
But
animal,
if you make a cake and you don't have eggs, how do you even make it then?
you can easily replace the eggs. You can easily replace it. Like there's also, do you know flax seeds?
No.
There's all sorts of replacements. Even in Albert Heijn now, you can find direct replacements of it. It's no problem.
Sure, some sort of powder.
Yeah, like so you mix it with a little bit of water and it replaces the egg in baking. Yeah.
But do you fly to other countries or?
Sometimes, yeah. My sister
And
lives
that-
in U.S., so I fly there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, now that was it. Because flying is really bad for the
Environment.
yeah, and also for the cows and the other deer.
Well, it's bad for the environment. It's not bad for the cows. Why would it be bad for?
yeah, for the omgeving. I think the word I want to say was environment.
Yeah, that's fine. But like the thing is, obviously being plant-based is also better for the environment. But the idea is not to think about the environment only in this case. This case it's an animal rights issue, right? Because the environment, it would be good for the environment if I went around and killed people, because every person who dies will no longer be a threat onto the environment, right? But I shouldn't do that. That's not something I should do, even if it's good for the environment, right? The whole idea is I respect the human's rights and I respect the animal's rights. And one of the basic rights that I think we should respect is autonomy, right? They get to decide whatever they want with their body.
Yeah, I think so. But if you look at other countries like France, you see a whole land with it like 10,000 square kilometers, and there's only 2 cows, and they get killed for the meat. But I think that is, if you want to eat it, then eat that, because that cows are like always outside, can do whatever they want.
They're not always outside. During the winter, they're not outside, by the
No,
way.
but that's sad for the cows too. If I want the whole summer, I'm outside, but in the winter, I literally want to go inside because it's very cold.
Yeah, but you do it because you want to. Imagine somebody forcing you to do any of it. You have to be outside. You have to be inside. You have to eat this. You have to do this. Do you think any of these animals get to choose anything for their own? They just are forced into every situation that they're in.
But it's literally just like school. You have to do this, you have to do this.
It's a difference because school is in your own best interest, right? The reason why you go to school, the reason why your parents tell you to go to school is because it's good for you. But the reason why these cows are forced into all these situations is because it's good for the farmers, not for the cows.
Yeah, that's right.
You see what I mean? There's a
Yeah.
difference. But hey, read through the flyers, and if you
Yes.
want to make changes, please make changes, okay? Don't
Okay.
don't allow this, because every time you will buy an animal product or every time you will consume an animal product, an animal will be exploited and slaughtered for you, okay? What's your name?
Abel.
Abu?
Abel.
Abu. I'm Chip, Abu. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And please read through the flyer, okay? That's all I ask of you.
So,
You wanna be on camera?
that's a lot of money.
It's $20. Yeah, that's a lot. Thank you so much, Nick, for that. Yeah.
It's,
Some people, they donate for this, yeah.
well, you're very popular.
It's okay, yeah. I think there's a lot more people today. You want to be on camera and say hello to everybody?
So. Hello.
There you go.
Have a nice day.
Thank you. You too. Try to live vegan, okay? That means respecting animals. That's all it is. Okay. Thank you. Have a good one. Welcome to the stream, everyone. I see there's a lot of people in the stream today. Welcome. Hey, Nick, thank you so much for the donation. Let me say. I'm so glad to finally catch one of those lives. Chip, your work has been fantastic, victim-oriented, morally profound, and deeply connected. I mean, I don't know, Nick. Today hasn't been my best days. I don't know what to tell you. Thank you so much for that, but today has been a little bit all over the place.
What's the name of your YouTube channel?
Let me. Wait, I'll give you a card. You have my name here. Here you go.
Thank you.
Everything down. Let's see if we get more people. Jelly says plant abusers. Yeah, sure. Any person who, you'd be surprised to find out that more plants are killed when you buy animal products. So therefore, you're more of a plant abuser when you buy animal products. You're both an animal abuser and a plant abuser. There you go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Hey, I appreciate you being here. By the way, hit that like, subscribe, and do all that beautiful thing. Motabai, thank you so much for the donation. Please, moderators, please be nice if there's non-vegans in the stream. We want them to see the chats to kind of understand the perspective. Chip, you're doing great. There seems to be a lot of people practicing double standards in Amsterdam. Yeah. I mean, there were 3 kids so far, and that wasn't. It's kind of hard to discuss with kids. You kill more animals when plants and crops are harvested. Howard Lucan, thank you so much for bringing that to my attention. And if you truly believe that for crops there are more animals killed, then it only would be logical that for more crops, for every extra square meter of crop, a certain amount of animals are killed, right? So therefore, if something uses way more square meters of crops, then more animals are killed, right? So therefore, in animal agriculture, who is the #1 producer of crops, who is the #1 user of crops in the world, right? Most of the crops are grown for animal agriculture. That would imply that way more animals are killed in animal agriculture on top of the animals that are exploited and slaughtered for food, clothing, or whatever, right? So it only makes sense then to stop at least one of them. What do you do with the cows which need milking if you all stop drinking milk? How about we don't bring them into existence? How about we don't bring somebody into existence only for the sole purpose of exploiting them? I'm just saying, it's not... Hey, you want to try a social experiment?
Yeah, totally curious.
Yeah. Are you okay being live on my YouTube channel?
That's short.
What's your name?
I'm Ben.
Nice to meet you, Ben. Where are you from?
Chicago.
Chicago. Do you have any pets or animal companions, Ben?
I do.
Can you tell me a little bit about them?
I have a dog.
Have a dog?
Her name's Eliza.
Eliza.
She's a husky mix.
Nice.
Husky pit bull. She's the sweetest thing.
Okay. Can you tell me something about Eliza that is specific to her personality only?
I don't know. She loves to play.
She loves to
I've never met a dog that loves to play as much as her. Yeah.
Oh.
Every single dog she sees. It's like, yeah.
That's cool. Is Eliza scared of something?
Not that I know of.
Not that you know of.
Not that loud noises. She hates the train. There we go. That's one. She
Noise.
hates the train. Yeah.
Of course, yeah, that's good. Do you see Eliza as a member of your family, or do you see her as an inferior?
No, she's a member of my family.
She's a member of your family. Okay, okay. And if all things were equal and Eliza wouldn't be your pet companion, your animal companion, do you think it would be fair for somebody to come and kill her?
My dog?
Well, she would. Let's say in a situation where she wouldn't be your dog, right? She would just be an animal.
I don't know if I can answer that question. I don't know if I can see her as something other than my dog. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I can answer that.
Let's put it this way: somebody clones Eliza.
Yeah.
Would it be okay for somebody to kill that clone?
I don't know.
Or one of Eliza's brothers or sisters?
I don't think so. Like, you shouldn't abuse an animal.
We shouldn't abuse animals.
shouldn't
okay.
abuse an
Why
animal.
shouldn't we abuse animals?
I don't know. They're just, especially for dogs, especially like it's just our companion. You know.
What if they're not companions? That's why I posed this
Well,
hypothetical.
they're still like. I don't know, even then, like in the wild, I guess, like I don't know. I think there's a little bit of a difference between like farming animals, which there's like moral problems with that. But I think like dogs are like not edible animals, so I don't see a reason to kill them.
I mean, a lot of animals a lot of people in Asia. There's people in Asia who eat dogs, right? So they are edible.
Well, to people in Asia. I'm from America. We don't eat dogs in America. And I
understand
don't agree
I understand,
with
but
that.
that's like just a cultural thing, right? That's just a cultural difference. Do you think there is any moral difference between a dog and a cow that justifies killing one but not the other?
Well, sure.
What is it?
What is it? I mean, there's, as far as like morally goes, like it's just that cows are more widespread. They've been eaten for much longer than dogs have ever been eaten.
Dogs have been eaten just as long as cows.
No.
Actually, dogs stopped being eaten in the recent times, but they've been eaten forever.
No.
But who cares? Is that really a morally significant? Is that really morally significant? Just because something has been done for a long
Well-
time, does it make it more moral?
Well, maybe it's not morals, but it's just like people have been eating this thing in my culture for this long. I see no reason to break from tradition. Like, cause
But what if tradition creates victims? Should that not be a good enough reason to try to change traditions when they create victims?
I just don't see animals necessarily as victims.
Well, would you see Eliza as a victim? If she were a victim of tradition, would you not see her as a victim?
Well, of course her, because she's my dog.
But if she weren't your dog, would she still not be a victim of tradition?
Well, I just don't think she would be a victim.
If somebody were to cut her throat for tradition, would she not be a victim of tradition?
See, but there's a difference between like an animal that's a companion to someone already and a wild animal. A wild animal is for the claiming.
But she wouldn't be a wild animal or a companion. She would just be an animal, right?
Well, she would be a wild
let's say
animal.
a stray animal, a stray dog, right?
Well, we talk about in a city. That would just be weird. It's very disease-ridden and all that stuff. But it would be a wild. Like if you find an animal, a cow on the plains. It's a wild animal.
Okay, so let's put it this way. From their perspective, do you think taking their life for something that is
They don't-
essentially optional?
They don't have perspective. They don't have a
But
higher.
what do you
form
mean?
of- they
But
don't
you
have
said
like
Eliza
a-
has a perspective. You said Eliza has a preferences, right?
Well, but animals don't necessarily have a higher form of being like humans do.
But they're sentient.
More or less.
No. There is no more or less in sentience. Sentience is on and off, or on
There
or
is
off.
a more or less.
What do you think sentience means?
As far as like conscious, like being able to understand things that go on around them.
Yeah, so they're conscious, right? They're the subjects of their own universe, right?
Sure, but they don't have like hopes and dreams and stuff. Like
Do
animals
you think? Wait, Eliza has dreams. You know that, right? Dogs have dreams.
She thinks about her next meal. She thinks about.
No, dogs have
companionship.
anxiety. Dogs have dreams. I'm surprised that you don't know
but they
that.
don't. They have like anxiety, sure, but they're scared of like getting killed. They have like only their baser instincts.
I mean, anxiety is for all of us a scare of being killed, right? It all comes to fight or
Sure,
flight
sure.
for everybody.
So
right?
it's a survival instinct. So yes, Eliza has survival instincts.
Just like we do,
Sure.
right? So what you're saying is that the only difference between us and animals, we are animals by the way, but the only difference between us and animals that justifies killing them is the fact that we're more intelligent. Or
Honestly,
cognitive abilities.
We have higher cognitive ability, sure.
So if we find a human being with lower cognitive abilities, could we kill them?
It's still a human being.
Oh, so then that's not the difference.
Well, I mean, you get into the religious arguments, but like,
What I didn't mention religion at all. What do you mean?
what I would say is that human beings have inherent value based on them being human beings. Animals don't get that. God said we rule the world.
What do you mean? I call animals humans. Does that mean that all of a sudden they have an inherent value?
No, God said that we rule the world. He gave the animals to
okay.
Adam
So it's
and
a
Eve.
religion thing right now. So
I mean, I would certainly put it on religion.
so
Sure,
what you're saying is
Genesis,
that it's okay to kill animals because religion says it's okay to kill animals.
I would say because it's the natural order of things. Like sucks to suck, I guess.
But this is something else, nothing to do with religion, right? Are you saying it's religion or it's nature?
Well, there's a natural order to things.
But natural order does not, what we do to animals in animal agriculture has nothing to do with nature, right? Bringing animals to existence for the sole purpose of exploiting them and then killing them has nothing to do with what happens in nature. There's no animal who drinks the milk of another animal. There's no animal who brings another animal to life only to kill them. Is there?
No, but humans do. And you said yourself that we're animals. We bring animals to life to kill them. If we're animals, then that is part of the natural order. That's your words yourself.
Well, okay, so okay, I see what you mean. So you think it's nature just because we do it, okay? So everything around us is nature, okay? That's what you mean. Okay, I understand that. So this pavement is natural just because it's made by humans who are animals. Therefore, it's nature. I understand.
I didn't say it's necessarily nature.
But how do you justify?
If we do it, like if we're animals, like your own words that humans are animals.
I just said that we're animals. Yes.
Sure. Okay.
My own words weren't that this is nature. No.
So would you not say the development of a city is the natural order of things?
No.
I completely
That's
disagree.
natural.
You don't think advancement is the natural order of things?
Okay, let's put it this way. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, then why wouldn't you say that?
The advancement of providing meat to other people.
So why wouldn't you assume then that the natural order of things would be for us to stop exploiting animals? It's after all, it is bad for the environment, it's bad for us, it's bad for the animals, and it's immoral. Why wouldn't you assume then?
Well, you still haven't proved the point that it's immoral.
Okay, let me ask you, is it moral to exploit an animal for something that is
I don't
optional?
necessarily see it as an exploitment.
What, you mean?
Is like that would be like saying like is building brick buildings exploiting the materials of the ground? It's materials of the earth.
Yeah, it is exploiting materials in the ground when you use materials.
Okay, so is that bad?
When you use animals as resources, we use animals as resources.
No. Is it bad to exploit coal to make electricity? Would that be bad?
No, because the coal is not sentient.
No, it's not.
But coal is not sentient. What do you mean? Animals are sentient. Is it bad to exploit animals? Yes, because they're sentient. Coal is not sentient.
You've created a dichotomy where there's sentience and non-sentience. There's levels of consciousness.
Okay, what level of consciousness is an animal?
Apparently enough to kill.
Okay, so it's okay to kill your animals also. So, we're also animals, by the way, right? As we said, so it's okay. We're also at the same level.
That's the point of levels of consciousness. Is it would not be fair to kill my animal. That's my companion. That's my property.
Just because it's your property.
It is my property.
And you see it as fair that you can own sentient beings.
Yes, you are absolutely fair in owning a dog. Absolutely.
Yeah, of course, owning sentient beings.
Do you not believe in owning dogs?
I don't believe in owning any sentient being, any being who deserves to think. You know, at some point people.
That's crazy work.
But that's how they justified slavery, also, right? They said. Have you seen the flyers?
I'm not talking.
Have you seen the flyers?
Slavery, you're ridiculous.
But it is enslavement of animals. Yes, it is. It is enslavement of animals. It's so funny that some people don't realize that we're enslaving animals, huh? It's okay. We'll always get these kind of people. What a coward, says LSL. I mean, this conversation was kind of all over the place, to be honest. It's just went berserk. Today is not my best day, as I said. James says, nice job. I don't believe it is, but thank you. Oh my God, guys, stop donating. Thank you so much. 69 reasons to go vegan. Thank you so much, Mike, for the donation. Guys, what is it with the donations today? I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Wow, that guy was the one who was ridiculous. Yeah, it's today we've had no good people so far. Let's see, maybe we'll get our hopes up. By the way, everybody, welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. If you're enjoying the conversations, they're not very good today apparently, but if you're enjoying them, please hit that like, subscribe, and even if you're not vegan, you might find out that you're enjoying this conflict. Apparently there's a little bit of conflict today. I don't know how. I don't want to. Just some people bring up such ridiculous arguments, and I guess I was also kind of all over the place with that one. Sensi says, you rock, Chip. Thank you so much, Sensi. With the donations again. You guys want to try a social experiment? I would donate if it was Streamlabs. It's okay. It's okay. Everybody has donated enough. No more need for donations. I mean, I appreciate it. Thank you. But we're here to speak for animals, not to get money and stuff, Chris' journey to 69,420 subscribers, says Mike. Yeah, exactly. That's what I want. That's my purpose. I need to get to 69,420 subscribers. 69 because we all know why 69. And 420 because, come on, it's 420. Enjoy your work. Mimi, want to do outreach. Karsten Olsen, thank you so much. Hey, if you want to do outreach, it would be amazing if you go out there and speak with people, for animals, I think that even if you literally just did the protocol of AV, or We the Free has some courses, whatever it is that you want to do. Even if you just speak up and tell people like, hey, animals are sentient, they're beings, behind every choice you make there's a victim, that's still more than enough. You're having a conversation out there, you're sending a message, and you better believe it that it does make changes, even if you don't realize it, even if you think that nothing's going to change. The reality is that every person needs to be exposed to the message a certain number of times. I think it depends on the person. And oh my God, Wolf, British again with the donations. Thank you so much, Wolf. British short hair. Oh, Davey is also here. Nice to see you here, Davey. I forgot what I was saying before. Looks cold, says Davey. It's not that cold, to be honest, today. It's like 10 degrees. It's actually warmer than other days. But it is windy, and the wind makes it feel a bit colder. It is so windy at times. There's gusts that my phone, I think you guys have seen that it gets, the tripod gets hit and knocked over. British short hairs are based, says Mike. Yeah, they are. Happy Christmas, says Mr. Manx. Thank you so much. Happy Christmas to you too. I was thinking of doing an outreach when it gets closer to Christmas and asking people about the season of compassion and the season of goodwill. Is that only for us, or is that for everybody? Should we show compassion towards animals? Should we show mercy? Should we respect them? But I feel like my approach today hasn't been great, to be honest, because you see, with this person, when the minute that he mentioned farmed animals, I just went into the subject, but the reality is I should have gone further with the experiment. Because the minute I interrupt it, the minute I speak about something else, the minute I go directly into the subject, I'm just dismissing kind of what I did before, the whole experiment. That the whole point of the experiment is to set some moral base ground of people, to see where their morals are, to see what they consider okay or not okay to do. But yeah. Yes, ask if Christmas is about peace. Oh, that's a good one. Keisha says, is it okay to use cognitively impaired humans for biomedical research if they don't have no concept of time? No. It is not okay. Any sentient being deserves to be asked for consent, and if they can't give consent, then you should not do an action unless it's for their own benefit, not for the benefit of others, because otherwise it would be immoral. That's how I would see it. Would you like to try a social experiment? You guys want to try a social experiment? Chip, when you said you were against owning dogs, I think he thought you were saying you're against adopting dogs to rescue them. Yeah, maybe. I'm against the idea of owning animals, right? I mean, it's a ridiculous thing to say we own them. What gives us the right to own them? We don't own anybody, right? I mean, sure, legally we have, what would you call it, responsibility towards them, stewardship, but owning them? Nah, we don't own anybody. But then you get into deeper concepts, and maybe I should have just abstained from that and discussed some, went to the point directly. I don't know. Jacob says communist dogs. I don't understand the question. Communist dogs? David says, tigers respect us? I believe tigers, they respect us. I don't believe a tiger would kill you unless they feel threatened or they need to eat. They wouldn't otherwise seek to kill you just for pleasure, which is what you do to other animals. Guardian, that's a good one. Guardian is a very good one, Ali. You're right. Dogs and cats have been domesticated, so they probably wouldn't survive in the wild. I disagree. I think they would survive. Just found an awesome vegan activist named Plant Braced here on YouTube. Plant Braced. Interesting. I hope I remember it. Plant Braced. Mr. Manx, maybe once this is done, maybe you can throw a comment here so that I can go and check out their channel. I always enjoy seeing new activists on YouTube. You guys want to try a social experiment?
I'm alright for now, thank you.
Okay. Remind us, where are you located? Asks Brie Carranza. I'm located in Amsterdam. I'm normally put to the stream, you can attach the location, but I think the YouTube app has kind of a bug these days and I couldn't attach it the last couple of times. I'm based in Amsterdam. I'm right now in front of the Rijksmuseum, and what you see there is a Christmas tree and an ice ring behind it. I'm assuming you see the Christmas tree, but I don't think that you see the ice ring behind it. Yeah. Normally there's only bikes here, but we have handhaving, which is like the peacekeepers. Sometimes they come when there's a bigger crowd and such. And I'm sitting here. I'm trying to get people to do a social experiment. You guys want to try a social experiment? I just ask you some questions, get you to think a little bit, and I'm live on YouTube, so if you're okay with that also. Okay.
Not to embarrass me or anything, right?
I hope not. I don't know. You can only embarrass yourself, I would assume. Otherwise, no. What's your name, by the way?
Sar.
I'm Chip. Nice to meet you, sir. Where are you from?
I'm from New York City.
New York City. Nice,
Yeah.
nice, nice. Do you have any pet companions or animal companions?
Yeah, I have a cat named Ash.
Ash.
Yeah.
Can you tell me something about Ash?
He's a little chunky. He has an attitude.
Oh, he has an attitude.
Yeah, but he sleeps on me every night, so that's good.
Okay. So I was gonna say, can you tell me something that he prefers or something about his personality? But you said he has a little bit of an attitude, so.
Yeah, he's a little. He could sometimes like push people away or like ask for space, and then like you have to give him space, you know.
Yeah, nice.
But at the end of the day, I know my cat loves me.
Do you think Ash has any fears?
Oh, for sure.
For sure?
For sure.
What is something that Ash is afraid of?
Everything. Like, drop something near him and he's bolting.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. If all things equal and we were to consider, let's say, a parallel universe where Ash weren't your pet companion, but rather just an animal on its own, do you think it would be fair for somebody to kill them?
No.
What about exploit them?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, and do you think in this context, well, actually, let me ask you, do you think this applies to other animals also, or do you think just to Ash?
I definitely do feel like we'll get into a society eventually where, like, I mean, we're still making efforts. Like, lab-grown meat is like going to be a thing, especially in the States. That could stop a lot of like animal cruelty and animal harm, and hopefully that's like a step forward. But there are like some states like Florida where they're trying to ban lab-grown meats and continue with the slaughtering, and yeah, it's just how it is right now.
And you're getting to where I was going at. Do you think killing animals for food, for something that is essentially optional to us, because we can choose we have other options available, right? Do you think doing this to them is moral or ethical?
I feel like at some point of time it was like needed for survival.
Yeah.
But at this point in time, like farming just seems a little cruel,
Yeah.
and unfortunately I do partake in like eating meat, so it's not necessarily helping, but I feel like eventually we'll get to a point where like we wouldn't even need to do it. And there are like high-end and good food restaurants. There's like this
Exactly.
3 Michelin star restaurant in New York City, only 3 Michelin star one that I know of as of right now, that's like fully vegan. I think it's like called 11 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So, I mean, you kind of got to the crux of it, and I would assume you're against the cruelty of animals, right?
yeah, I would like a society to progress and like getting away from all that.
But
as much as we can.
Before we tackle society, do you think that we as individuals have a responsibility and we ourselves abstain from something that we consider immoral?
I would say there is some personal responsibility, yes. Yeah.
So you do have some personal responsibility in the fact that some animals go into a slaughterhouse because of you.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate fact. But
Yeah. Do you
One-
think there's something you can do about it?
Eat less meat. I was vegan in college for a little bit, and then it gets hard. 'cause
I'm assuming
culture-
you were plant-based, not vegan, right? Do you know what being vegan means, by the way? I'm
Yeah,
sorry to
like,
correct
I
you, just to
mean-
be sure.
plant. If there is a so plant-based. Well, vegans mean you can't really eat like eggs and stuff. So.
So that's a consequence of being vegan. Being vegan literally just means respecting animals enough
Yeah.
to leave them alone, right? It means we don't exploit them, we don't kill them, we just leave them alone. And as a consequence, of course, we don't eat them, we don't wear their skin, we don't use them for entertainment or any of it, right? Because all of it is optional to us, and it would be.
Oh, we gotta go.
We can't say it would be respectful. I understand. 1 minute. Yeah. So I understand you probably were plant-based. I understand things got in the way, and that's okay. Things got in the way. But do you think that right now, I see you as an open-minded person. I see you as understanding this idea that it's immoral to do this to them. Don't you think you have then an obligation to that you as an individual to stop oppressing animals?
I feel like we as a society will eventually get to a point where
But as a society, we already discussed, and it's true. But you as an individual, I mean.
there is some personal responsibility, yes,
Yeah,
to like try to minimize cruelty,
So how many more animals should be exploited for you before you make this change?
I don't know. I'm sorry, but yeah, let's go.
Okay, you too. Just keep in mind that while you're not vegan, animals will be exploited for you. And you have readily available options everywhere. He became really uncomfortable the minute I pressured him onto his own responsibility, as you saw. He literally was going more and more away from me the minute I was saying that, do you think you have a responsibility in the matter? Hey Rachel, nice to see you here. Yeah. Anyway, that was a more okay conversation, I guess, but he left pretty quickly. I really did want to correct what he thinks being vegan means. Yeah, they run, says Ellie. Yeah. I'm personally responsible to feed myself. God created man with a whole bunch of knives in his mouth to eat meat. John VA, interesting that you bring up God, right? So, John, do you believe in a compassionate God? I always ask people who say that God made animals for us to eat. So tell me, John, do you believe that God is a compassionate individual, a compassionate entity, whatever you consider God to be? Or whoever you consider God to be? Do you think God is compassionate? Do you think God is fair? John VA, I'm still expecting an answer for you. Do you believe in a compassionate and fair God? Maybe he left. Well, I'll just say it for everyone. If you believe in a compassionate and fair God, as you say you do, which I'm assuming everybody does, then you cannot possibly believe that a compassionate and fair God would create animals and would give them the capability to have emotions, to feel pain, and to be the subjects of their own universe, only so that we can use them for whatever we want and whenever we want. You can't possibly believe that. I mean, I believe that if that were the case, that he would at least, he or she or it, whatever you call your God, they would at least, not give them the capability to feel pain, right? I mean, there's no reason to have the capability to feel pain. You can say a subjective experience, everything else is needed for certain reasons, but a capability for pain is not needed. And we all know animals have that. So you either believe that your God is not compassionate, right? Logically speaking, there's only two outcomes from this. Either your God is not compassionate or fair, because it would be extremely incompassionate and unfair towards an animal to give them the capability to feel pain when you say that their purpose is for you to eat them or to kill them. Or animals were not made for us to be eaten or killed or used however we please. Or there is no God, which is what I currently believe. So yeah. There you go. Okay. But it's always like this, using God as an excuse, to exploit animals, to do something that is so awful to an animal, to an innocent being, is such, I think I don't believe there is such a thing as evil, but if you asked me, because I used to be Christian, based on what I know about evil, bad intent and all that, or neglect or ignorance or apathy, these are all traits of an evil act, right? So if you believe that sorry, not if you believe, but an excuse to use God as an excuse for you to exploit and slaughter innocent beings, that would be evil. That would literally be evil, because you're basically saying that, well, my compassionate God said that I should. And obviously, that cannot be true, right? So, there you go. James Durkin says, used to be Christian too. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, we gotta think a little bit, and that's the reality of it. You can believe in God if you want, and that's all fine and dandy. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm not here to judge you on that. I can challenge people on that if they want to do that. But I'm just here speaking on the behalf of the innocent animals who cannot speak for themselves. The ones who we literally disconsider so much, and we say, oh, they're just cows, or they're just chicken. What are you talking about? Of course we force them to slaughter cows. Of course we kill them. Which is so ridiculous and sad, to have this mentality, to see them as mere resources, as mere means to an end, when, especially given that we have so many other options, like even in situations of survival, you would still have to have the bare minimum respect to say, to exhaust all other options before taking the life of an innocent being, before exploiting an innocent being. Like literally have to absolutely all other options have to be used before going for that. And in today's society, we have plenty of other options, and yet people still continue to do it. People still continue to choose to exploit and slaughter innocent beings, which is kind of sad. You guys want to try a social experiment?
No, not today.
It's okay. But yeah, did any meat eaters make those glasses on your face? I have no clue. I'm assuming so. Yes, I'm assuming that they did, because 98% of the world is an animal abuser. So yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't. Just curious, why we ought to treat animals any certain way? You said you don't believe in a God, so I'm curious what the justification is for your worldview. Big Cheese asks. Okay, interesting question, Big Cheese. So I'll just answer it this way, right? I don't believe, first of all, I'm a nihilist. I'm an existential nihilist. I don't believe there is any sense or reason to the world. But I do acknowledge that I am the subject of my own universe, right? I experience the world around me. I make decisions for myself, and in my one worldview, my whole universe is nihilistic. However, I also acknowledge that other individuals, other people, other animals, everybody else has other individuals who are subjects of their own universe, as animals are, as other people are. They don't deserve for my actions to be interfering in their own universe in any negative manner, or to be, and that means ending their universe, or me causing them pain or harm or whatever it is, or exploiting them, right? There is absolutely no moral way for me to justify doing that to anybody else. Even if I believe that nothing matters, it doesn't mean that others do, right? It doesn't mean that others follow the same philosophy as I do. So therefore I respect others and leave them alone. For myself, I believe what I believe. That doesn't mean I force it down on others, right? I don't think my choices should be, others should suffer repercussions for my choices. And in the case that I'm doing activism right now, it's different, because right now I'm speaking for the animals and I'm in their voice, and I'm trying to get others to see this perspective where they are oppressing animals and to try and make them stop. You guys want to try a social experiment? Where you go? Are you okay being live from my YouTube channel?
Yeah, why not?
Where are you from?
London, but I live here.
How about you?
Switzerland, but I live in The Hague.
Ah, okay, nice. Names? I'm Chip, by the way.
Cora.
Cora, nice to meet you.
Anna,
Anna, nice to meet
nice
you.
to meet you.
Do you have any pet companions?
Yeah, not here, but at home I do, yeah.
Okay. Can you tell me something about them?
Yeah, his name's Alfie. He's 10. He's a good dog. I love
Nice.
him lots.
10. Oh, wow, that's
Yeah.
something. How about you? Do you have any?
I have a bunny, he's 4. His name is
bunny.
Caramel. Yeah.
That's cute. That's cute. Do they have any things that they like in particular? Something different?
He likes cheese.
Dried fruit strips.
Dried fruit strips.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, is there anything that they like to do, or not necessarily like food? per se?
walks, I guess.
Oh, they like walks. Okay,
Yeah.
nice, nice. Do they have any fears that you know of them?
Fireworks.
Fireworks,
The
Yeah.
dark.
the dark. Okay.
Bless her.
Have you acknowledged that they have a personality? That they have
Oh yeah, he has a big personality.
has a big personality. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Same,
Yeah.
same. Okay, interesting. And do you think it would be fair if somebody were to use your animals or kill them or do whatever they want to them as long as they get some benefit from it?
No.
No, oh my god,
Not at
no.
all.
You can't kill Alfie.
No, let's assume that I'll attach a little bit more to this hypothetical where Alfie, or what
Is
was
this
his
about
name?
veganism?
Caramel.
Yeah,
Am I
they're
guessing
not.
the punchline?
They're not part of. Let's finish this experiment.
Sorry.
They're not part of. They're not part of your family or
Uh-huh.
members of
Yeah,
your
yeah,
family.
yeah.
They're just individuals
Yeah.
on their own. Do you
Yeah,
think it would
yeah,
be fair for somebody to use them and kill them?
No.
No.
No, no. Okay. And do you think the same would apply to all other animals? And yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Every
I'm a
other-
vegetarian, so
You're a vegetarian. Okay.
I have been since I was 8 because of that.
Because
So-
for the animals.
Yeah, a lot of it was originally, but now it's more for the environment. Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. What do you think about it?
I'm not a vegetarian, although I wish, and I'm trying.
Yeah, but she also doesn't eat, like, you don't eat a lot of meat.
I try not
like,
to
it's
eat
just,
meat, but like family gatherings, things like that.
yeah, but
but-
even being a student, like, it's expensive.
Yeah.
So.
But you would say eating meat is immoral, right?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I think that there's lots of cultures, like hunter-gatherer cultures, where like they put a lot of respect into what they do. And of course, like, yeah, they are killing an animal, but in the same way that other animals kill each other to like survive. But I think that in today's culture, there's a lot of distance between what you
Yeah.
eat and like how you get there. And a lot of people would never do it themselves, but would still.
Do you think in a situation of survival we should first exhaust all other options before we kill an animal or exploit an animal?
I don't know what all other options would entail.
I don't know. Maybe there's cherry trees, apple trees next to us, and we're
Yeah, but,
killing
like,
an animal
we
just
still
because we want
need-
to.
Yeah, but humans still need like certain things. in
Let's say
order
you
to
have
survive, like
absolutely all the
protein.
nutrients that you need next to you, but do
Yeah, but you
think we-
can't get all the nutrients you need. Just like, I mean, as a vegetarian, I still have to take supplements because.
I'm just saying, in a hypothetical scenario,
Yeah.
right? We're in a life or death situation. We should first exhaust all other options before we decide to kill animals, right?
I mean, I guess, but I don't think so. I still think that there's like parts of a human diet that you need, like protein, and if you get that from animals, then I think that that's okay.
So you don't think we can get protein from other sources?
No, we definitely can.
Okay.
But I think that if that's the source that you're choosing to get it from, then I think that that's okay.
Okay, so what you're saying is we have the right to take the lives of animals as long as we want to
In
get
that
protein from that.
hypothetical situation, yeah.
In a life and death situation. Okay.
Yeah.
How about another situation?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like we already spoke about that. Like, I'm a vegetarian for a reason.
Okay. So, do you know what happens to dairy cows, for example?
No.
Like,
I
do you
don't-
consume any
actually,
dairy
I
products?
do actually, because I'm Romanian, and in Romania my grandparents live on a farm, so they have cows and sheep.
Do you consume any dairy products?
Yeah. Well, actually not really, but yeah. From a price perspective.
What has to happen for a cow to produce milk?
I don't know.
Yeah, so the cow needs to be pregnant,
Yeah, and then
right? That's number one. So, what do you think happens to the babies?
they take them away so they keep producing milk.
Yeah, yeah. And if they're born male, they don't produce milk. So what happens to them?
Will they get eaten?
Yeah, yeah.
But like, I mean,
So when you
It's
say
life.
you're against the, I don't know what you said. You're for the animals. You're vegetarian. Do you think you can be for the animals while simultaneously supporting a system that literally exploits and kills animals?
yeah. Like, I
Or
think
something that is optional
I
to you?
think that there's like life, you can't be perfect in the way that you live your lifestyle, and I choose to do certain things and I choose not to do other things. Like,
Do you think that I don't know, somebody who beats their partner could justify saying the same thing? I'm not
no, but
perfect.
that's completely different.
How is that? There's still a victim involved,
Yeah,
and there's still
but that's
choice in the matter.
different. I don't think you can like correlate domestic violence and milking cows. I
I
think
didn't
that
say
they're
milking
different.
cows. I said exploiting and killing cows. It's still violence, is
I
it not?
think that they're different things.
What is the difference?
Between domestic violence
Yeah,
and
violence
between
towards a human being versus
milking
violence towards an
cows.
animal. Yes. What is the difference between violence towards a human being and violence towards an animal?
Is that a joke?
What
Those
is the
are two
difference?
very different things.
What is it?
Like, if you're someone within your home and you're beating your partner, that's crazy.
But beating a cow is okay.
People aren't walking up to cows and punching them. Like,
Farmers are doing that. What do you mean?
no farmers
You can
that I'm
own a
aware
cow
of.
and milk it in a normal way. We're not.
So what about
Yeah.
killing the babies? What about separating the babies? What about forcefully impregnating
And
the
that's
cows?
very sad.
Sexual
but-
exploitation, literally.
That's very sad, but I'm just not sure as a consumer what I can do. Like,
You can choose to not support it
How? Like,
by not giving them money to do it.
yeah, but I don't know. There's a lot of things that I like. Everyone has a different lifestyle. That's all I'm saying.
So what you're saying is that people should have the right to do this to animals.
yeah, I think people should be able to milk animals. I
Okay,
think
so
that there
people
should
should
be
have the
more
right.
regulations
Wait, let's put it
around
this way.
how they
Let's
do
just
it.
take one particular aspect
No,
of it.
but
Okay?
you're taking.
Forcefully impregnating
something and
cows.
putting it
Should people have
into
the right to
words.
forcefully impregnate
But
cows?
You're putting it into words that are like that are different. You're taking it to like.
I'm showing you the truth, right? Should people have the right to forcefully impregnate
This is a
cows?
great experiment, but I think we want to go to the Christmas.
So should people have the right to forcefully impregnate cows?
I don't even know what forcefully impregnating a cow entails. Do you not just put
Entails
two cows
no,
in a room?
no.
and then-
Somebody puts their hands in their anus, hold their cervix,
Oh,
and
wow.
inject blue semen in their vagina. That's
No,
literally
I don't
standard
think that
practice.
that's a good idea.
So should people have the right to do that?
Bro, I think we're gonna enjoy the Christmas market. But
I'm
I
just-
hope
I
that you
think we
have a
both
nice
think
day.
that that is wrong.
Yeah.
You both
can
think
say
that,
that,
but
yeah.
that's what you're paying for when you're buying animal products. I understand that you like it may seem absurd what I'm telling you, and it may seem so out of your scope because these industries they don't tell you this. These industries they
Yeah.
sell you a fairy tale because they want your money.
But also,
But the
there is
reality for those victims is totally different. Go on, sorry.
sorry, there is a scale of consumption, so it is possible, for example, to like shop locally. For instance, buy from your local farm that just like doesn't do this on a mass scale.
So wait, but what I talked about is one cow, one single cow, not in mass, one single cow being sexually exploited. Is that okay?
No.
So then who cares if it's done once on
No,
a
but
farm that has
let's
one
say
cow or on
say,
a
For
hundred?
instance, you just milk your cow once it is naturally pregnant.
But I'm not talking about milking, I'm talking about sexually exploitation.
Well, we obviously are not going to say that that's right, are we?
No, but when you buy any
Look,
animal
I
product,
really,
you're
really
supporting
respect
this,
what
right?
you're doing and what you're doing with your platform, but I think that we want to go enjoy the Christmas market.
I mean, I'll just put it this way: I'll leave you alone, but you gotta leave animals alone also. They're victims of your choices.
Yeah, but there's always victims of every choice. For instance,
But you have other options. There's a
yes,
difference.
there's always other options. But for instance, you have an iPhone 2, and that exploits
That
children in the
iPhone is
Congo.
6 years old, and I
Yes,
have
so
never
true.
buy. Do you have a phone?
Yes, and I'm not.
So you
at
have
all
victims
innocent,
also.
100%.
So does that justify me doing other actions that create victims just because there's victims in some of my choices?
Not at all. I'm just
So
saying
then how
there's
can you
victims
justify-
in every
She's-
choice.
yeah.
There's not at all a perfect lifestyle, is what I'm saying.
But there is a lifestyle where you can choose to not exploit any
And
animal.
that's great. You choose to make your choices and we choose to make ours.
And now we're making
But that's not the
choice
same
together.
again.
we're
Thank you
making
so
our
much
choice
for
to
that.
go.
Good luck with your platform and thanks for
Stop abusing animals. Stop being animal abusers. Jesus Christ. Okay, I don't think I have. I only have one more conversation. It's me. I'm not. I'm getting annoyed. I'm getting annoyed. Like literally, no good conversations today. Chip, you fucked up a bit. You should have told her that she can be healthy without milk. And you should have told her that you are Romanian too. I don't care. I don't want to tell her that I'm Romanian. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I don't care that you can be healthy eating meat. I don't care. None of that matters. That's the reality. Come on, everybody knows you can be healthy on a plant-based diet. Anybody knows. I mean, I don't think that their justification was ever that they can't be healthy. I think the whole justification was that this is a choice that we make. This is a choice. This is our choice. How can you justify it? I think that's literally the whole thing, right? Like, how is that an option? Of course, you're getting annoyed, Chip, says Pia. That was brutal. Hang in there, Chip. I just don't understand how can, again, like this is a very good question, right? Like, do we have the right to exploit animals? I mean, obviously the legal right we do, but do we have the moral right to exploit animals, right? I believe that's something. Do you know about the monocultures? Oh, brother. Oh, Cain, pyrovolan. Can you just Google that argument? I really, I'm sorry, but can you just use the technology that's at your fingertips, for crying out loud? Are we really that lazy that listen, when I come with an argument at somebody, I am literally gonna go and research it before I speak. I'm not just gonna say some dumb shit. Martin, thank you so much for the donation. Thank you so much, everybody, for the donations. Stop donating. It's not a good day. Thank you so much for that. Martin, such a supporter. I think I'm gonna stop with the experiment with the pets. I think I've had plenty of failures today with it. I think I'm just gonna use the sign today. It gets to the point faster, so if at least I know they're gonna come up with excuses. You guys wanna try a social experiment? If I know they're gonna come with excuses, at least we go faster with it. I just ask you some questions, that's it. Say it again.
Relating to what?
Will you need
In
to?
relation to what? What question?
Oh, that you'll see when I ask you the questions.
Sounds
It's nothing political. I think I should mention that. I guess some people have an issue with politics. Everyone watching, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Everybody moderating, thank you so much, moderators, for doing such an excellent job. Everybody who has donated, I thank you so much for the donations. Chip, it's not your fault that people choose to continue even though they know better. You rock. Thank you. I know it's not my fault. I get frustrated, you know. It's frustrating to try and explain a perspective and to get these people who literally cannot see a perspective, right? Like all the people that I talked to, all of them today, none of them could see the other perspective. Like, it's so insane to me. Like, literally, I could literally use their own argument against them and say, hey, listen, look at me. I see the other perspective. I understand it. I'm therefore more intelligent than you. And therefore, I should be able to exploit and slaughter you because I am more intelligent than you. I'm using your own logic against you. There you go. You guys want to try a social experiment? But I need to rile down because otherwise I'm not going to get conversations when people see me riled up. Hey, David is here also. It sounds like the logic doesn't work. Why? It's clear, right? People use intelligence as a justification to kill animals. That's literally, most people in this world, most people use it as a justification. They say, humans are different, we are more intelligent, we have different cognitive capabilities. Well, clearly, all the people that I've talked to today don't have the cognitive capabilities to understand this perspective. Therefore, I have higher intelligence than them. Therefore, I have higher cognitive capabilities than them. And therefore, I should be able to do whatever I want to them as long as I get benefit, right? There you go. Logic. And if you're enjoying my logic, remember to subscribe. Marcos says, "Oh, how much I feel you, my brother. The people's indifference drives me angry too." Yeah, you know, there's days. There's literally days when that's kind of annoying. I gotta admit. And that's literally the thing, right? It's so funny to me that we have developed this thing called logic. We have developed logical thinking. We say, hey, we're logical creatures. We're so much better than everybody else because we have logic, because we can justify things. And we can't even use logic properly, right? You guys want to try a social experiment? Okay. Because that's right, like if... I do like my logic. I do like the argument. I do like all of it. So yeah, where is this? This asks 50 points something. We are in Amsterdam. We are doing a social experiment. We're trying to get people to think a little bit about their choices. Hey, would you like to try a social experiment? We're asking them some questions, getting them to think a little bit. It is Christmas. We're approaching the compassion season. It's the dissonance that stops them from being rational. Yeah, well, you can't... I understand that, but, you know, like, I think we have a responsibility to acknowledge the... Like, cognitive dissonance is nothing more than another... It behaves just like any other instinct would, right? Like, if instinctively my body, if I get angry, that does not justify me punching somebody just because I got angry, right? So if cognitive dissonance steps in, that doesn't justify me being illogical because cognitive dissonance set in. I still have a responsibility towards it. I still need to think, right? That's the whole point about us. Would you like to try a social experiment?
No, sorry.
That's okay. Sora, please don't call people names. Let's just be nice, okay? You can be in the chat, we can have a nice time, we can have a bad time, whatever, in the chat, but let's not call each other names. Let's be logical beings, let's be nice to each other, let's respect each other, okay? Can you do the social experiment in chat for people who want to talk to you? I can ask you 50 point something. How do you feel, 50 point something, how do you feel about oppression? What's your take on oppression? Do you want to try a social experiment? Are you okay being live from my YouTube channel? You can be off camera if you want. What's your name?
Vanessa.
Where are you from?
Here, Netherlands.
Nice. So, what's your take on oppression, Vanessa?
Yeah, it's shit.
It's shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
So it's safe to say you're against it, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that the powerful should have the right to oppress the powerless?
Well, no, obviously
No?
not.
Even if the powerful get some benefit from it?
Yeah. No.
No. Even if the powerless don't realize that they're oppressed?
Morally, no.
Morally.
But in practice, it happens.
In practice it happens, I understand that. Yeah, but morally no, right?
No.
So then, do you think that we're oppressing animals when we're forcing them into the slaughterhouse for us?
Ooh. Probably.
Probably.
Probably windy.
So, do you consume any animal products? I'm not judging here.
I do.
Do
I
you
really
think
like-
there's any way to maintain the status of being against oppression when at the same time you support it by buying animal products?
I think I try to use the biological meats, and where it's like it says they've had a good life.
But is it still not oppression, even if they had a good life, to use them as resources for their flesh or whatever?
Probably. However, I think we've also kind of consumed meat since the beginning of time. And I think if you do it with respect, it's all right.
So does something happening from the beginning of time make it moral?
No, not necessarily, but I think.
So that doesn't really matter.
It's been a kind of a way of survival. Nowadays, obviously, you don't need to have it for survival, but for like sometimes people do like need meat to get their proteins and stuff, and because you can obviously replace it with other things.
So we can't get protein and everything we need from other sources.
So I think like the vegetarian options are really nice. Try to eat that as well.
But those still exploit animals, right? Like if it's dairy, they're still using a cow, a chicken. Like let's just put things into perspective. What do you know about the dairy industry, for example?
Little to nothing.
Little
really.
to nothing. I appreciate
Yeah.
you being honest with me. So why do cows produce milk? Why do you think cows produce milk?
Yeah, well, for their little ones.
Exactly. So farmers, they don't wait for them to decide to get pregnant. They forcefully impregnate them. The procedure goes like somebody puts their hands in their anus, hold their cervix, and injectable semen in their vagina. After 9 months, when the babies are born, what do you think happens to them?
Same cycle.
So if the first thing that happens is they get separated from their mothers because they would drink their milk, and the farmers need to sell that milk, right? That's already messed up if you ask me from the beginning.
Yeah.
And after, if they're born male, what do you think happens to them? They don't produce milk.
Yeah, I think they get killed immediately, you know?
Yeah, either immediately or raised up to a year and then get killed. And if they're female, same fate as their mother, year-over-year forceful impregnation.
Yeah.
For like 6 to 8 years, when they can no longer be impregnated with ease, then they all go to a slaughterhouse, and they can live up to 24 years, 25. So it's a quarter of their lifespan where they're exploited, have their babies taken from them, and then they get killed. Do you think any of that justifies an option that we have? Do you think we should have the right to do this to them? Let me ask you this.
Yeah. Difficult. I don't think it's right. However, I think you can do it humanely and let them give a good life. And like a compromise of sorts, even though this also does not really let them have free will. However, yeah.
But let's put it this way, because I understand we're living in a world where we kind of see this as normal and it's okay. But what I just described to you, it is normal in the sense that it does happen almost across the board. Maybe there will be 1 out of 1,000 farms where it doesn't happen. But even on small farms, biological farms, all of it this is standard practice. It gets even worse when you go to worse farms, right?
Yeah.
So do you think that what I just described should be something that we should continue doing?
I don't think so. I think we should definitely try and eat less meat, definitely, and try to reduce, at least, especially the ones that don't do it humanely. However, I think it also would impact a lot of people's livelihoods who tend to cows or farmers. So I think we definitely have to do something about it, but don't know how. I don't know by myself how I would try to do this. I think we should, you really need a big group of people to come together and try and plan different ways of trying to figure it out.
I understand that, right? That's a very good point, and obviously as a society we need to change this and we need to do something about it.
I think it's definitely more of I think you can't just say, no, let's not do this anymore. That just won't work. I think you first need to compromise and go from there, and then try to reduce it.
Why reduce it and not stop? Like, why do you think it won't work if we stop?
I think it's like if it stopped, then it might happen illegally and stuff. Drugs are definitely something completely different, but you obviously also see it there. If you completely ban it, it's still being used.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
So that's why I say
Yeah.
don't stop it.
Because at the end of
it's not bad for a human to eat.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
also
Yeah, but coming back to the idea of oppression, right? We are oppressing animals when we're doing this kind of stuff to them, right? And you yourself as an individual, do you think you have some responsibility in the matter when you're supporting these industries who do this to animals?
I'll admit I probably don't think about it as much as I probably should. like apart from trying to eat it biologically, I don't really.
But do you think that matters? Like, did you have a good life? Let me ask you this.
I have, yeah.
Would it be fair for somebody to take your life away now because they like the taste of your flesh?
No, not necessarily. However, yeah.
Do you think
If I wouldn't know,
if you wouldn't know, it would be okay?
uh, if I wouldn't know and I had a good life,
At a fraction of your lifespan.
I mean, I obviously would not like to die today, but I've lived a good life. So if I were to, I'd still. Be
But would
like,
it be fair towards you for that to happen?
Um,
I understand that. I understand your point of view that if it happens, you're
yeah.
you've lived a good life and whatever. But like, would it be fair for somebody to take your life?
It would
First-
no, but yeah.
Yeah, because would it be fair for somebody to exploit you or use you however they want just because they see you as inferior?
No.
No. So do you think that's kind of what we do to animals?
Yep.
Yeah, because I mean, throughout this whole point, I understand the perspective of the products we consume, but like, throughout this whole point, I'm trying to bring it more and more towards the victims, the animals, right? Because for them, from their perspective, the reality for them, it's pretty binary. They either get exploited and killed or not. And that's based on the choices that we make as individuals, right?
Yeah.
So I was in your shoes at some point, and I couldn't possibly justify doing this to animals because I just can't see it as moral in any way,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
I chose to change. So I'm speaking to people because I would like also other people to change, not for me, but for the animals, for themselves. Do you think that you have an obligation to not oppress other animals? Sorry if I'm putting you in a corner. I'm not. I'm just trying to kind of get you to see this other perspective because
Yeah.
That's
It's always been there, and I think, yeah.
do you think that we as a society, as humans, this is an off-topic question, right? Do you think that we as a society, as humans, can ever thrive when we see other individuals as resources?
Isn't that kind of how it's already?
It kind of is, but that's kind of the biggest problems we have in society today are caused by this view, right?
Yeah.
This view of seeing other inferiors as resources, right? We see them as inferior, we see them as resources.
Yeah.
Just because they're different to us, right? That's how slavery happened. That's how women didn't have rights for a long time, right?
Yep.
And the racism, all of it happens because of they're different. Therefore,
Yeah.
we should treat them differently. Do you think that's kind of the same logic we apply to animals also?
I think yes, in a sense. I think it's generally less about animals because we are a different species completely.
Yeah.
And I think that counts. Like there's a thought. There's like it's not that bad in that case, but obviously they
To
still
them,
feel pain and they still
exactly.
feel hurt.
And they're still subjects of their own universe, just like we are.
Exactly. We don't know what's going on with their heads.
Exactly. Like they, when they take away the babies from cows, they cry for weeks sometimes. It's just it's sad that we as consumers don't see it. Farmers or people in the industry know about it. They see it. A lot of them get desensitized to it. But we as consumers should know about this because when we make the choices, we are telling them do more of this so that we get our products, right?
Yeah. So it's why like reduce your meat consumery. I don't think it'll stop.
But do you think
Completely.
reducing is a solution?
I-
Don't you think
No, I
stopping
don't
is a
think
solution?
It's a solution. I think it's a start.
It's a start, yeah. But it's a
I
and it's a
don't know how it would end. I
Yeah.
think you need to be in conversation with a lot of people and really think it through. Well, obviously, standpoint which morally is right, but it won't just happen like this. I think you just need a good starting point and then go from there
yeah.
and just create the start of the wave.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's how I'm standing.
And that's kind of where I'm at right now,
Because
right?
then you see what happens, what impacts it has on society, and then you can go from the, okay, is it working? Is it working? Then you can push harder. If not, then take a step back, try it a little more slowly.
And obviously, about society, it will happen gradually, right?
Yeah.
But we as individual, do we need to take it gradually, or can we just all of a sudden say, I don't want more animals to be
Yeah,
exploited
that's
for me?
definitely a personal choice. You can just say, oh, no, I'll stop eating meat.
Yeah.
And then
Or any animal products,
or
right?
animal-
'Cause we
yeah,
discussed,
fair enough. Or animal products. Yeah, and then you can really do it for yourself. And I think if you, get enough people to do that, then it will eventually happen. And I think there's a trend going towards it already.
Because
so I think we're going
because
in
we're
the right
speaking for
direction.
them, yeah. Because we're
exactly.
trying to inform people, yeah.
So I think we're going in the right direction there, and like many days have, what are they? Like I think we have something like vegetarian Thursdays and that kind of stuff. Like it's ingraining in society slowly, and I think if we keep this going, we might eventually. It might take some time, but get at a point where we really reduce the consumption of animal products and improve their lives if they are still consumed. At least that's my hope.
And here's the hard question. What do you want to do about it? How many more animals should be exploited for you before you make the change?
I will admit I am a big fan of animal products. I do try to not eat it every week, but I probably will continue.
Animal exploitation products, animal slavery products, animal cruelty products.
Yes. As I said, it's a process. I might eventually get the point in a few years and stop completely, but for now I'm still...
If you were in the shoes of an animal, what would you want the other person to say?
Well, obviously I want to stop, but...
Yeah. Okay. I'll just let you know that, I mean, it saddens me to see that from you, but while you're doing this, just be aware that you will still be a violent person for the animals. You will still be their oppressor, and you will still be the one who sends them to a slaughterhouse, because that's why they go in there. So while you're continuing to do this, you will be that for them, and I hope you get to change your mind, because that's why I'm here. You know, I'm speaking for them because they don't have a voice. That's all it is.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Okay.
Fair enough.
Well, then.
It was a good conversation.
Yeah. Have a good one, and I hope you get to reconsider. Can I give you a flyer that will help you maybe to
No, but
get
what's
more
your live
informed?
stream? I'm curious.
I can give you my card. I have this is my YouTube channel. That's Chip Guy.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. You have also resources here. I recommend watching Dominion. If you scan this code, watch Dominion. Give that a watch. You might find out that you don't want to be part of it, honestly, because it's way worse than you think. It's way worse than you think. But hey, if you value your own pleasure more than an animal life, then who am I to say? I think it's wrong, but
It's not
legally
only
you're allowed to.
necessarily pleasure, it's also diet issues.
But diet issues, you can survive and thrive on a plant-based diet.
Yes, but also more expensive.
You can't, like, I used to consume animal products, and I'll tell you that my bill has decreased. And not just that, but there's 3 studies done on Western Europe showing that it's actually cheaper. And there was an article actually at the beginning of last year that in the Netherlands, plant-based is now cheaper. In the Netherlands specifically, it was. So it's because a lot of the times when we think about plant-based products, we think about plant-based meats, which are indeed, some of them are expensive. But then if you think pasta, rice, beans, lentils, chickpeas, these are usually the cheapest
Oh, yeah,
things in
no,
the
that's fair.
supermarkets,
Yeah.
right? So you can make so many foods out of, like, and you also have ChatGPT and Google available. You can definitely find something within your means. And let me just tell you, on there, you have 24/7 coaching. Somebody can hook you up with a nutritionist, send you recipes, everything you need. You just gotta want it. That's all it is.
Okay.
That's all it is.
I'll take a look at it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds fun.
Okay.
Have
Okay.
a good one.
You
And
too.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, you too. It's sad. Actually, this conversation kind of got me a little bit sad, to be honest. It's sad to see, you know. I felt like she really understood a lot of the points. She kind of agreed with them, but then didn't want to change, which is like, huh, what the hell, man? What? If not even the people who understand it and see the points don't want to change, what the hell are we doing, you know? It's just sad. You're a sheep. I'm a sheep. I'm just as much of a sheep as anybody else is. Yeah. I don't know. It's sad, you know. It's just sad because, you know, you show that's the thing, right? We show the videos, it doesn't work. You have a conversation with them, it doesn't work. You tell them there's solutions, there's literally so many options, it doesn't work. It is cheaper, it is everything you need. Like, you have absolutely all the checks there. And yet people still continue to put their own selfishness on top of this. Like, it's so ridiculous. And it's such a sad thing to see. It's so sad that in this society people will continue being selfish fucking assholes just to justify their pleasure, just to justify their own needs, their own incompetence. How can you say you can't survive and thrive on a plant-based diet? You would have to be completely a complete incompetent to say that. Like, literally, you have at your fingertips fucking sources from all over the world. You have AI now, which is free. You can literally say, how do I make this without fucking harming an animal? Like, it's insane. It's insane that people just justify their choices this way. But my hope is that, you know, maybe they just do it because they're put in the spot. Maybe they just do it because they're on camera. You guys want to try a social experiment? Or I don't know what it is that makes them behave this way, but whatever it is, maybe, you know, they just need a little bit of exposure, a little bit of reality checks so that they make changes. I don't know. It's just sad. Whatever. It's unfair, you know. It's unfair for animal victims, for individuals to literally be forced into slaughterhouses, to be exploited, to be used as resources because you fancy some products in a supermarket. Oh, because you don't know how to cook otherwise, because any of it. How is that their fault? Like, how is that? Yeah. Sorry, everybody. Oh, my brother, how much I feel you. I feel exactly the same, says Marcos. Hey, Marcos. I hope you're subscribed. I'm also, by the way, I'm very much of you guys want to try a social experiment? I'm very much a fan of absurdism, so I kind of laugh in the face of defeat. It's kind of ridiculous, you know? You gotta laugh at the absurdity of it, you know, the sheer irony of the world. Entitlement culture, says Nick. Exactly, it's entitlement culture. As a nihilist, where do you get your morals? Matthew, as a nihilist, I get my morals from wherever I want. And one of the morals is, as I explained it before, but I'll explain it again. Maybe you weren't here in the chat, and that's fine. So my morals say that nothing matters because I'm a nihilist, as I've explained. You probably heard that. But nothing matters to me, to my universe, but other things may matter to other people, to other individuals, to their universe. Therefore, I cannot justify enforcing or causing negative reactions to their universe just because nothing matters to me, right? Yeah, it wouldn't impact me. My universe would be basically the same. And theoretically, from my own universe, there's no such thing as morality, right? I mean, yeah, I don't care. But all the people that I've interacted with, all of them, I always discuss with them based on their own morality, not my own. I'm not here to talk about my own morality. I'm just here to show people that they're being morally inconsistent with their own worldview. Nothing matters, but you're getting angry that people won't change. No, I'm not getting. I'm getting a little bit angry. That's true. Maybe I'm getting a little bit sad. Nothing matters. Yeah, but I'm an existential nihilist. I set up a goal. You know, my goal is to liberate animals. My goal is to not oppress, for the world to be as free from oppression as possible. That's my goal. So yeah, it is sad. It is sad, and I get angry when people become irrational, and they justify doing absolutely horrific things because of their irrationality. You know, the reason why I could afford the privilege to be a nihilist, the privilege to think about all of this, was because nobody was oppressing me. Right? If I was in an oppressive state where somebody would literally be keeping me in I don't know, in a locked situation, feeding me whatever they want, and when they no longer can get whatever they want from me, they would kill me, I wouldn't have time or resources to think about all my choices. So I wouldn't have time to discuss all this. So yeah, I respect your hustle, just curious. It's not a hustle, it just is. I just, you know, I don't think anything matters, but I do care. There's a difference, you know. You can think logically that nothing matters. It doesn't. My feelings don't actually matter. It's true. I don't really matter. That's the reality. But that doesn't mean that I don't feel. Doesn't mean that I don't have emotions towards. Hey, you want to try a social experiment? Hey, are you okay being live on my YouTube channel?
Okay.
What's your name?
Joseph.
Joseph. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. This is Bruno.
Hey, Bruno.
He's very excited.
Very excited. I see that.
Okay. How can I help?
Okay, so well, I already see that you're a pet, so a lover. So I'll ask you this: animal abuse should be legal. Do you agree?
Animal abuse should be legal.
Yeah.
I think it is, isn't it?
I mean, it kind of is, yeah. But
I mean, if you look at the meat industry and what we do to cows and pigs, yeah, I think there's laws protecting the abuse of animals.
and do you agree with it?
Do I agree with it? Do I agree with the meat industry? I
Yeah.
don't know. I was a vegetarian for 10 years. I'm from Ireland.
We'll just hit the nail on the head right here. Okay, come on.
I'm from Ireland, and a huge part of our country is a farming
Yeah.
background, and I think there's a lot of industry and income based on it. I heard a really nice theory that if you raise a calf to a cow and mind it and protect it and give it a good life, then towards the end of its life, you've kind of earned the respect to kill it, slaughter it as kindly as possible, and then eat its meat because you know you gave it a good life.
But that's a hypothetical scenario.
I'm saying
right?
that's like the ideal situation.
Yeah,
So then
because-
when the population explodes, you've got like 8 billion people on the planet. I guess not everyone has the time to raise their own cow and murder it peacefully.
But
So-
nobody lets them live their whole life.
Yeah.
Cows are killed at a fraction of their lifespan.
Yeah. I mean, it's
For
unfortunate. that-
baby calves, it's 1 year, 2 years old. Maybe.
Yeah, and veal is really disgusting, right?
Yeah,
Veal
yeah.
is really awful.
Yeah.
Or what we do to chickens is really, really awful.
Yeah.
So, but your question was,
should animal abuse be legal?
I think it already is.
It already
So
is.
it's not
yeah.
should it be, it is. Yeah.
But are you for animal abuse? Let me ask you this.
I love animals. I love my dog. I hope that they are treated as well as possible on this planet. I think if you look at what we're doing to whales or any kind of sea creature, it's like the oceans are getting warmer, and it's really awful for them right now. Or penguins and polar bears, their
Well, why
habitat.
is it especially awful for whales, penguins, or other beings, but not for cows, chickens, and
Oh, it's
pigs?
really awful for cows and chickens and pigs as well. I just
Yeah.
mean animals that we haven't like rounded up and put in sheds to eat are also suffering. It's not that because they're tasty, we're
Yeah.
particularly cruel to them. I think we're cruel to all animals. Not all of us, but I think there's a portion of society that's very, very cruel to animals, and it's really, really sad.
Are you cruel to animals?
I don't think I am.
You don't think you
Yeah.
are, but do you consume animal products?
Do I consume animal products? I eat butter.
Yeah.
I eat honey.
Yeah.
What else do I consume that's from the animal? Yeah, I consume animal products. I wear animals.
Yeah, you wear animals
Yeah.
also. So do you think that's not cruel to them?
Oh, because I'm like 5 parts removed, I just buy it in a shop. It's really easy for me to suspend disbelief.
It's easy for you to ignore it.
Yeah, it's easy
but
for me
that
to
doesn't mean that it doesn't happen, right?
Yeah, definitely the animals are being harmed. Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think that do you have some responsibility in the matter for their harm?
Could I do more to help animals?
Well, could you do something that they no longer get exploited for you? And when I say exploited, I mean all of it, right? Because animals are not just killed; they're also used for everything that we want. Then
Yeah.
when they can no longer give to us, or we can no longer use them, we kill them. We treat them as resources, as objects, right?
Yeah, I
So
suppose.
that's what I do with my laptop. When it's no longer good, I throw it away and I get another. That's what we do. with
Yeah,
animals.
I met a really wonderful activist once who told
Yeah.
me she was supposed to be a doctor.
Yeah.
And she got out of medical training to become an environmentalist. And the idea was that as a doctor, she could heal hundreds of people.
Yeah.
But as an environmentalist, she could prevent things that are harming us and save millions or billions. So by not being a medic and actually being an activist, she was further up the river helping people.
Yeah.
And so it's about individualism and collectivism. Like, as an individual, is there much that I can do? And collectively, what can we do? So individually, I suppose I could be vegetarian, I could be vegan, I could recycle, I could support charities that help animals. But unless it's like millions or billions of people working, it's not going to have a huge impact.
No, but let's take your friend, for example, right? Your activist friend who said she decided to take up work for the environment, right? To be an activist for the environment. She could also, as an activist for the environment, speak up for the environment and do whatever she wanted.
Yeah.
But then when she goes home, she could literally just turn up the gas for no reason.
Yeah.
She could just like give a shit about her choices on the environment,
Yeah.
right? She could be an activist in all other ways, but when she makes choices, could she make the absolutely worst choices for the environment? Like, would it still be fair to consider her an activist for the environment if she would speak up for the environment, but at the same time she would make the worst choices for herself?
But
for
we're
the
all
environment?
hypocrites. Everyone's a hypocrite.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? We're all hypocrites in certain regards.
Yeah.
But when hypocrisy is shown to us, I believe we have an obligation to change, right?
Well, I suppose if we look at the invasion of Ukraine that everyone really cared about 2 years ago.
Oh, I still care about.
Yeah. Everyone really cared, and there was Ukrainian flags everywhere, and people were driving to the border to give them sleeping
I
bags.
have one on the back of my phone right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, 2 years later, the conversation has moved on, and Donald Trump is going to be president, and is Putin just going to, take over certain regions of Ukraine? And why is that okay now? And so I think we're all hypocrites. And if we look at what's happening in Gaza, like, the majority of the world is silent on it.
But all of these situations, listen, all of these situations,
man-made.
they're man-made and they're shitty situations and there's complexities attached to them, right?
Yeah.
The reality of the choices that we make when it comes to animals are choices that we always have other options and are choices that we make, right?
Yeah.
Like, instead of butter, you could take plant-based butter, right? And therefore an animal won't be exploited for you. Instead of whatever animal product you buy, you always have another option. Either literally the exact equivalent but plant-based, or make any other food or wear anything else other than their skin.
Okay, imagine if we all turned vegetarian tomorrow.
Vegan, yeah.
Or let's say we all turn vegan tomorrow, then the meat industry that exists is just going to slaughter those unnecessary non-profit turning animals. It's not going to make their lives better.
But who cares about this hypothetical scenario? Because the reality is, in a society environment, this change would happen gradually, right? So, and as it happens gradually, less and less animals are brought into existence only for the sole purpose of being exploited.
But that is happening.
That is happening, right?
Veganism is increasing. People are more aware of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it is increasing because of people such as myself who are talking to other people, and people such as yourself who are faced right now with a situation whether do you want to be cruel to exploit animals, or do you want to not do that? Continue
But
doing
is
that,
veganism
right?
better for the planet?
It is, yes.
So if you look at all the vegan food that is developed and researched in labs, and
It's still better for the
beef
planet,
that doesn't taste like beef, like
Yeah.
the production values that go into that, the way that they make it and the way that they
It's still
transport it.
monumentally better for the planet.
Is it not just better to eat vegetables? Do we have to have?
No, you can eat vegetables.
Yeah.
I'm not here. That's the thing, right? I have these conversations with a lot of people, and a lot of the times, people always bring it to the food, to whatever it is, right? I don't care about the food. I don't care about the food. I don't care about what you wear. I don't care about anything. I just care about the animals that are exploited. It's an animal rights thing that I'm
Yeah.
saying, right?
Yeah.
Like, if there were people who are exploited, and I would speak up for them, right?
Yeah.
If you had options and you choose, like, imagine this, between two options, one exploits an innocent human and one doesn't, why would you ever choose the option that exploits an innocent human, right? Like, it's the same with animal products. We have options for food, for clothing, like clothing, literally. Why would you wear leather when you can wear vegan leather or anything else, right?
But everyone who buys an Apple iPhone is supporting child slavery. Like, so.
To some extent, yes,
Yeah.
but that's the thing, right? You got to ask yourself, let's say you have two iPhones readily
Yeah.
available.
Yeah.
One exploits a child and one doesn't. Why would you choose the iPhone that exploits a child?
I think quite a lot of people choose the one that exploits the child because they are brainwashed into thinking it's better, or because they want to be part of that Apple community.
Fair,
And
but that was not a fair choice to make.
I
is
don't
it?
know that the Samsung phones don't support
They
child
probably,
slavery.
I think all of them do.
I think there's one alternative. It's a European-made manufactured phone that I can't remember.
Fair
what it's called.
phone.
The Fair phone.
I know the
I
Fair
think
phone.
that one does not engage with child slavery,
They
as far
st-
as
they
I
still
know.
do, they still
They
do,
still do. They
It's,
still do.
it's fucked up.
And
It's
chocolate as well.
regardless of the device we buy, there is some form of exploitation, right?
But
And
we do have to go. So.
I understand that. What I'm trying to point out is that in the choices that we make in the 3 times, like these phones we buy once a year, twice per year. But every time we make a choice per day,
Yeah.
one animal suffers for our choice,
Yeah.
right? And by suffers, I mean they get exploited, slaughtered, all of it.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, why wouldn't you want to make different choices?
But I do. I try
do.
to be conscious. Yeah.
You
yeah.
try to be conscious, but even if you do that once a year, once a month, you're still, to that one animal, you're still making one choice that forces them into a slaughterhouse.
Sure. Yeah,
Right?
I do.
And
I choose.
you
to-
always have other choices.
I make choices that lead to the extermination of animals. That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask you, what is keeping you from never putting animals in this position, from never exploiting animals?
I think I
again?
do my best.
You do your best.
I think I
but
do my best.
Are you really doing your best if you're still sending animals to the slaughterhouse? Because you always have options again. Like when you choose a different option, why would you choose that option to exploit an animal?
I think I do my best.
So why would you choose butter? Because butter exploits animals. Why would you choose that? Like, just to put things into
Yeah,
perspective.
let's look at dairy. I just love dairy. It's delicious.
Yeah, but do you know what happens to dairy cows? Do you know what has to happen for cows to produce milk?
We take their young from them. We keep their babies from them. Yeah.
And then we kill them if they're male.
Yeah.
We're literally forcefully impregnating cows.
Yeah.
And then we forcefully impregnate their babies if they're female, year over year.
Yeah.
And when we can no longer impregnate them, we kill them. And that usually happens like a quarter of their lifespan.
Yeah. I still, though, just to be devil's advocate, I think ice cream is delicious. I love butter. And I don't feel guilt when I consume it. I also consume soya milk and oat milk, and they're delicious. But I don't carry that guilt, and I don't know why.
But let me just explain your logic a little bit here, right?
Yeah.
I like sex, okay?
Yeah.
If I were to rape somebody, I could justify doing it just like you're justifying doing it now.
I don't think it's a fair comparison.
Why not? Let me explain
I
it.
don't think you
Let
can
me
just pick
explain
up a box of rape at the supermarket.
Let me explain it, right? There's a victim involved.
Uh-huh.
It brings me pleasure, and
Uh-huh.
I say it exactly this. I don't think I'm a perfect person. I do it every once in a while,
Yeah.
and one person suffers for it. Who cares?
Well, I would just like to point out that I absolutely don't condone human rape, and I do have to go to work. But it was really nice
But
talking to you.
do you think animal rape is okay?
I don't think animal rape is okay, but
But
I
then you
absolutely
condone that.
don't condone human rape, and I have to go to work. It was really nice
But
talking to you.
did you understand that the logic
Yeah,
is
I
the
was
same? I
lovely
I
talking
want to
to you.
shake your hand, but I don't
That's okay,
want
I have
to.
to go to work. It was lovely talking to you.
Just
Have a
please
nice
stop
night.
exploiting animals. Every time you make this choice, you're exploiting one innocent animal, just like your dog. God. Oh. Everybody, run. Work though, yeah. Morally bankrupt, says Ali. Guys, we haven't been having any luck today. We have zero good conversations today, and I don't know. I don't know if I want to keep trying. Let's see. Maybe I keep trying a little bit. But yeah, I think I do my best. Every vegetarian ever. Disgusting guy. Yeah, exactly. Blue vegan, you're getting arrested. Blue vegan, you're getting arrested. I don't know what that means, but yeah. Okay, maybe we get one good conversation. I really don't want to end this whole thing without having at least one good conversation. And hello everybody, welcome to the stream. I hope you are subscribed, and if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. We do this often. We go on the street, we have conversations with people, and I do it live. And if you, I don't announce it because it depends on the weather, it depends on other factors. But if you're enjoying this and you want to see more, yeah, do that. Hit that subscribe, hit that like, hit that notification bell. And, be in the chat. Speak to people. Chip. They are all good conversations, says David. Yeah, I mean, they're okay conversations. Seeds planted, men breaking that first barrier. Yeah, I mean, this guy wasn't the first barrier, was it, right? I think, like, there will always be... Oh, my God, my quads are on fire today. It's so insane to me that people think they need so much protein. I literally had 140 grams of protein today, and I only had breakfast and lunch. You guys want to try a social experiment? You know what we're gonna do? Actually, we're gonna turn this around. Let's do it. Mike says, even if the conversations don't go as well as you want them, they're publicly broadcasted, so it's merit and value, especially as your channel keeps blowing up more reach. Yeah, I'm guessing so. But I don't know anything that happens there, right? Like, I guess some people get exposed to it, that's true. I get $5 in my salad. You got $5 in your salad? What? I got 55 in my salad. 55. I don't know what that means. The lighting is a bit off here, so it's a little bit difficult to read some of the comments. I also got to go to the bathroom, so let's see. We're turned the sign around. Now we're showing people that says animal abuse should be legal. Let's trigger some people. Let's trigger some mass people. People should see this. You agree with the sign? Do you guys agree with the sign? It says animal abuse should be legal. Challenging social norms. Let's go. Yeah. "55 grams of protein." Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Do you agree with the sign? It says animal abuse should be legal. If you buy animal products, then you agree with it. Do you guys agree with the sign? It says animal abuse should be legal. No? If you consume animal products, you are supporting animal abuse. Say that again? Yeah, for meat, animals are abused. You can choose otherwise, right? It's not about that. I don't care about that. I care about animals not being abused. You can choose otherwise. Seems you can out-argue them but not inspire. The dream detective. That's okay, yeah. There's days when you can't inspire. Could be me, could be them. Doesn't matter. We'll keep fighting. Sometimes it works, the dream detective, sometimes it doesn't. It is what it is. I'm disabled, says Flower. I'm sorry to hear that, Flower. I hope you're okay. I can't.
Hi, I'm curious, what are you trying to say?
I'm saying animal abuse should be legal. Do you agree?
Well, I'm trying to understand your point, why it should be legal.
Are you okay being live from my YouTube channel?
Yeah, sure.
Why it should be legal?
Yeah.
Why not?
I'm trying to understand why it should be legal.
It's fun to abuse animals.
What kind of fun do you see in abusing?
I just
any
get
animal?
pleasure from abusing animals.
Okay. Why not just if you are... I don't see the pleasure of abusing animals. Are you for any channel,
Are you against animal abuse?
You shouldn't abuse it. If you want, you just kill and eat it. Why abuse it?
So killing an animal is not abusive? Like putting a knife to their throat is not abusive?
Yeah, in a way it is. But
So?
at the same time, if you think like that, in biology, every animal is hunting something to eat it. It is, if it's the purpose for eating,
In biology, any animal has sex with another animal. That doesn't justify raping somebody else, right?
yeah. So I mean, as a person,
Animals rape other animals. And animals do all sorts of weird shit. That doesn't justify us doing all the bad things, right? It doesn't justify us abusing animals.
I don't know if like people prefer having non-veg food. I'm vegetarian myself, so I don't want to tell somebody else, hey, you shouldn't eat meat. If it's their preference, let them eat. But
But
in
do you
general-
think people should have the right? That's literally what the sign says. Animal abuse should be legal means people should have the preference, the choice to abuse animals. And what you're arguing now is for the sign, not against it. You're saying people should have the choice to abuse animals as long as they get something out of it, right? Like
Yep.
meat.
Probably because normal people, when they are consuming meat, they don't see the violence behind it. They don't see the pain behind.
But
the
you consume animal products, right?
Yeah, I mean, going vegan is the option, but that's what I said. Like, you don't really understand the pain when you're using the product. You just think it like a packaged food, but
Yeah,
you
I
don't
know.
see it as animal.
Because that's what these industries do to us, right?
Yes,
They hide it. I understand that.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it doesn't happen, right?
Yeah, it doesn't mean it doesn't happen, but yeah, being aware of your choices. If you are, if you want to go non-vegetarian, you are making a choice, and at least have a
Should it be a choice?
Yeah, in an ideal world, it shouldn't be a choice, but everyone has their own. I mean, every
What do
animal.
you think?
I think, yeah, animals should have their own rights if every life form is important. So, no animal form should, or life form should go through any kind of violence.
Yeah.
As a human, you have the choice to make a choice what you put in your mouth.
Exactly.
So, definitely,
And not just what you wear also, right? Like some people wear leather. Is that's the skin of an animal?
yeah,
Some people like to go to circuses.
yeah.
Where
But-
animals are abused
Yeah.
for entertainment.
So yeah, use your consciousness for making better choices. I would definitely go with that way. Then that's why I changed to being vegetarian.
Did you do it for the animals?
Yeah, not just the animals, but being a feeling that okay, I'm not hunting the animal. I'm just eating a byproduct of an animal which was tortured. It was kept in a cage for a long time, and then you are eating it. It kind of felt that okay, you are what you eat. So all the emotions of that animal that it had went through.
But do you know what happens to cows for dairy, for example? I'm assuming you eat some dairy products, right?
Yeah, I limit my dairy products as well.
But do you know what cows go
Yeah,
through
yeah,
for
yeah,
dairy?
yeah,
That they just can you walk me through it? Because a lot of people they just think that they're kept in small places, and then milked a lot. But
No, they don't think cows as a animal at all. They think it like some sort of machine, and they try to separate the calf from its mother. So it goes through a lot of
and
pain.
kill them if they're male.
Yeah, it's a very bad thing.
And when they can no longer impregnate them, they kill
Yeah,
them also,
yeah.
which happens like at a quarter of their lifespan
Yeah.
usually.
So yeah, I'm very less consuming my dairy because of health reason as well.
But even when you do it once, you're
Yeah.
still one animal still suffers for you. Once the animal still gets exploited for you, right?
Yes, true. That's what I said. Like in an ideal world,
But
you know,
we don't have to imagine an ideal world as a society. But
Yeah.
we as individuals, like, of course, in an ideal world, I'd love to see the world not have wars and there would be
Yeah.
global peace and all this. But that doesn't mean I go around killing people, right? Just
Yeah.
because there's wars in the world, there's not an ideal society, right? So in an ideal society, we wouldn't be exploiting animals, but that doesn't mean I should go around to exploit animals,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So how do you justify exploiting animals? And I don't mean to put you on the spot in a sense to come up with an excuse, but rather I want to see why is it that you're not stopping, because you seem to understand that it's
yeah.
bad.
So why I was thinking, okay, I don't know, because cows or the normal pet animals that we have seen has been they didn't come through natural selection. Humans sort of changed it. So I mean, I don't know. In India, or at least from where I grew up,
Yeah.
we didn't have much non-vegetarian food. Everyone had a cow in their family, like how they would have a pet.
I'm sorry for interrupting you there, and I understand what happened in the past. It is in
Yeah.
the past. It's in the past, right?
Yeah.
But going forward, right?
Going forward,
when you
yeah.
buy an animal product, you are aware that one animal will be exploited and slaughtered for you. They'll
Yeah.
be abused.
Yeah.
Do you think you can choose otherwise? Is there anything
Definitely,
telling you something telling you to ever make this choice again?
Definitely, I think you have a lot of options nowadays. Like
Yeah.
humans have evolved. You have the choice to make, to gain to reach your protein intake or whatever. Like people say, you will not reach your protein. I switched to vegetarian diet and I have checked my blood results. I never had any protein deficiency because you have a lot of options nowadays. So
Exactly.
science has advanced. You are aware of all this.
Nobody died of
information.
protein deficiency.
Yeah. So
You can easily get protein
Yeah,
from
these are
plants.
all simple justification to it's always tough to outcome from a conditioned mind. It takes a lot of time, so that's why people tend to stick to these arguments. But I think because of these reasons, that's why I choose to switch from completely stopping meat and
What
non-vegetarian.
about the rest of animal products? Because for the rest, animals still get exploited and suffer for it.
Yeah, so I've never chosen any woolen clothes in the past. So, thinking of
Wool, leather,
leather,
dairy,
yeah.
eggs, all of
Yeah.
them, they all exploit animals.
Sure, yeah. But at the same time, if you are, sometimes if you are buying a candy or whatever, you don't know like what product it has gone through. Maybe
You
it
can
has
look
gelatin.
at the ingredients,
Yeah,
right? Yeah. And if it has gelatin, of course it's
Yeah.
bad, right? You shouldn't.
And for example, in some countries, you don't have the option to choose vegan menu, and then if you are traveling, it becomes very difficult.
I don't. I think there's. I've been traveling a lot myself, and I have never found a place where we don't have options. Maybe places where you have
Yeah.
less options,
Very
but
less
there's
option.
always been.
For example,
options.
when I traveled to a French territory, it was in Belgium, but I think the city was, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's called Dinant.
Okay.
And then my wife was pregnant, and we were looking for any option that would give us at least a vegetarian food. We couldn't even find a place which didn't offer anything without eggs or meat. Finally, we were lucky enough to find a place. They offered us to give us the panini,
Yeah.
but without the ham.
Yeah.
So at least the bread with cheese. We said, okay, let's stick to that because my wife was pregnant and she couldn't find anything. So yeah, I was surprised to see that okay, you couldn't get anything vegan in
Was
Belgium.
it a special time of the day or something?
No,
Or
no, it was just normal.
Were there no supermarkets? Or?
Maybe it was a very small village, so we couldn't find any supermarket that had vegan products or cooked food.
Yeah. Okay, let me put it this way. I understand that maybe when you were traveling, there's, as far as you're telling me, there are conditions when it's more difficult. Personally, when I travel, I always have like a couple of protein bars on me and stuff like that, right? But even in those situations, I assume like if you're in a place like it has happened for me in US where I was traveling, where there were places where there were zero options, and I just didn't have any. I didn't need to have any. I could have, we can survive what days without eating, right? That's what
Yeah.
I mean. I understand that you were in a different situation when your wife was pregnant or something, and that's a different case. But in all other situations, right, in our day-to-day life, we have readily available options, and if we don't, another
Yeah.
option would be to not ever exploit an animal.
Yeah.
Like-
So as I said, everyone can make their own choice, and there is.
But
you
should
know, you
everyone
can,
be
shouldn't.
allowed?
I mean, as I said, try to respect each other's choice. I mean, you're right, but the other person is wrong. But you don't have to force them. Try to
But
make
should
them
we
aware.
respect the choices of oppressors? Like if somebody chooses to oppress innocent beings, should we respect their choices? Should we respect somebody's choice to go and punch dogs, to go and kick dogs, just because it's their choice? Should we respect it? Legally, it is their choice to do so, but that doesn't mean right? Like when there's victims involved, it's not about respecting our choice or another, right? Because when I'm talking to you, when I talk to other people, it's not about me saying, hey, your choice is shit, whatever. It's me telling people, such as yourself, that when you make these choices, some innocent beings suffer because of your choices. They get exploited, they killed, they go through things that we as individuals are so comfortable without even realizing. I don't know if you know the shit they go through.
Yeah.
Like it's just insane.
As I said, okay, I mean, you don't have to fight the other person. You can discuss, make him aware. But there is no point if you start hating the other person because he has made a choice. Believe in the act of, karma, or you get what you do. So if you are abusing or you are being unaware of your actions, there will be some consequence for you. So just be ready to accept those consequences, and stick to your choices, which as a human you think that's correct for you. Stick to them, but respect all animal forms. I stand for that. And you can, and if it's really difficult for you to give up meat products, start by cutting it low, like stick to once a week, and then slowly once a month, and then slowly there are plenty of options. And then
But what do you want to do? Do you want to continue supporting a system of animal exploitation?
No.
Abuse? No.
no. At the same time, I don't know like how to. People have used to got used to eating their food choices, and suddenly, telling no to somebody else's food choice is like, okay, there is an industry built on top of it now. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe ideally, maybe in 10, 15 years, things will change, and then
For everybody.
for everybody.
For everybody, yes.
Yeah.
I agree. And that's the thing. That's kind of why the reason why I'm sitting here, right? Because I'm trying to get people to think about their choices and to make better choices. But every change starts with each individual,
Yeah.
right? So we as individuals have responsibility, and we need to make changes. So how many more animals should be exploited for you before you make this change?
I don't want any animals to be exploited. I personally don't even like to kill any insect.
I'm the same as you, yeah. Then you gotta go vegan. Do you know what being vegan means?
Yeah, my wife was vegan for a while. Not a while, as she had hormonal issues, and for health reasons she switched to vegan. During that time, I also almost completely switched dairy products, and I felt amazing because my gut was feeling better.
Yeah. It is better for the gut, yeah.
Yeah, and in my office, which is right next to Rights Museum, we
Yeah.
always have a vegan menu in office. So I always choose the vegan menu. And
By the way, I'm sorry to interrupt you there, but being vegan, it's not a diet, right? Like there's of course the diet aspect to it, but that's a consequence of being vegan. Being vegan literally means it's like a moral principle where we reject animal exploitation. We don't
Yeah.
want animals to be exploited for us,
Yeah.
right? Most people align with this. Most people say, I don't want any animals to be exploited for us. But most people, then they go
Don't
and buy
understand.
animal products, right? Their actions, right?
Okay.
So being vegan means having this and aligning your
Yeah.
actions, right?
yeah, so in a way, then you can't have a pet at home because you are restricting its freedom.
Unless you're rescuing them,
Yeah, yeah.
Because if it's a rescue, it's a different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but paying for a breeder to do that, that's a different thing, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I hope your channel makes a impact.
I hope so too,
and,
yeah.
One change affects some other change, and then in a cycle of action, in a decade or so, people will start understanding rather than having to force them to make a choice. They will consciously make a choice, and animals will also have a nice world to live in. I hope so.
So are you gonna go vegan?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me give you some resources. What's your name?
My name is Rahul.
Rahul. Nice to meet you. I'm Chip. Rahul, you have Challenge 22. They hook you up with a nutritionist, send you recipes every day. They help you go vegan. It's all free.
Mm-hmm.
You have other resources here. You also have my social media. You have everything that you need. Just no more animals to be exploited for you, okay?
Okay. Can I keep the
Yeah,
camera
yeah,
on?
please. That's why
Okay.
I'm here for you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Bye.
so much, and
Yeah.
have a good one, okay? Have a
you.
nice vegan life. Bye. Okay, we got at least one good conversation, huh? Did you see it? Did everybody see it? Thank you so much, by the way, everybody, for being here. Did everybody see the person riding a horse in the middle of the city for pleasure? Oh, I wanted to yell so much. Animal abuser at them. Poor horse being ridden. Jackalom says, yeah, run after him. No, it's okay. I mean, it is what it is. But I think I'm done, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. We've had... do you guys get upset over riding a horse, Dave? Dave, we don't like any animal exploitation. All animals deserve to live and be free and be left alone, okay? Do you seriously not understand the perspective that we're all animals? Is it so difficult to not see animals as resources, as things to climb on, as things to put in a corner, as things to kill, as things to use? Really? Is it really that difficult to understand that they're individuals who deserve their own body autonomy? Body autonomy, like literally body autonomy. That's literally all we ask for. Anna says, Chip, you are amazing. Thank you, Anna. Dave says that's crazy to me. It's crazy to you to consider an animal to give them body autonomy. It's crazy to you, Dave. That's pretty sad. I'm not gonna lie. That's pretty sad that you think an animal should not have body autonomy just because you want to do something to them. Like, then you gotta ask yourself, how do you draw the line, huh? Dave, tell me, how do you draw the line? Because then it doesn't make any sense, does it? If you're doing something to benefit yourself and not the animal, then where do you draw the line? You can do whatever you want to them, right? Why? Why is one thing better than the other? We are talking about riding a horse. Settle down, says Dave. Yeah, we are talking about like literally, would you ride a human being, Dave? Like, let me ask you this. It's so interesting that you don't understand it. Like, where's your line of reason, of logic? Like, it surprises me, you know? It surprises me when people like you claim that we care about animals, that you do this, but like, listen, it's pretty simple. Animals need body autonomy, literally. All of them they have built-in right of body autonomy for the sheer fact of them having emotions, for the sheer fact of them being the subject of their own universe. Literally, that's it. That's it. They deserve body autonomy. That means you don't get to do what you want because you get some form of pleasure from it, regardless of what that is. Even if that means, and I'm not exaggerating here, even if that means you petting an animal. You don't get to pet an animal just because you get pleasure out of it. You don't have consent. If it's within their own, if it's for their interest, it's a different thing, but it's for your own interest, no. I'm sorry, no. Like talking to a special dedicated group, stress less girls, says Dave. Listen, Dave, if you think you're insulting me by calling me a girl, then I kind of understand what type of person you are. But FYI, you don't insult me. I actually consider it an honor for you to call me a woman, Dave, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the compliment. Women are amazing, and thank you so much for that, Dave. You basically made my day today for giving me such an awesome compliment. And on that bombshell, everyone, on that awesome bombshell, hey, we gotta end it, right? Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. If you're not subscribed, hey, subscribe to this channel. Maybe, maybe you also enjoy being females like me, like a woman, you know? I enjoy being that. I don't mind. I don't care, honestly. I honestly mostly identify as a non-binary person. I'm a male, whatever. But it doesn't really matter. I don't really care about gender that much. But if you do, hey, you do you, and I don't mind. I respect you. I respect your choice, and all that matter. So thank you so much for being here, everybody. Wait, I see another comment. A horse or any other animal back is not a seat. Exactly. There you go. People get it. I arrived late, Chip, says Laura. Yeah, you arrived late, and we're about to end it, Laura. But thank you for joining even at the final stages. Dave says, don't take everything so seriously. Dave, I would love to not take things so seriously. In fact, I actually joke around about a lot of the stuff, you know? But it's kind of a privileged position, Dave, to say don't take things so seriously when you're the person who's oppressing others, right? Like imagine a rich person going to poor people who are starving and go like, you know what? Don't take things so seriously. It's a joke. I'm just joking around on you. That's literally what you're doing when you're joking around about animals, you know? They're literally enslaved, exploited, slaughtered. Joking around about them, I don't think you have that right to do that. You're just a privileged person, and when you do it, it's insensitive. So yeah, there you go. I can joke about it. I can easily joke about it, you know, because I'm not that oppressor. I'm not that for them. I'm a person who can joke around. I mean, I can't even joke around about what they feel. I think that would also be insensitive, but I can joke around about your logic, Dave. Dave says, okay, I get it. Bad place to be turning around your thoughts. Not going to happen. I mean, Dave, what do you want me to turn? What do you want to turn around? Do you seem to forget that I was in your position? You seem to forget that I was in that state where I thought animals were resources. You seem to forget that I was consuming animal products, that I was justifying, and I was using all the justifications in the book. We all were. But I'm no longer. You know why? Because I realized that animals deserve a right to body autonomy, to freedom, just as much as we do. There's no difference between us and them. higher intelligence, who gives a shit? I'm more intelligent than you, clearly, right? I mean, I'm clearly know this other perspective and understand it better than you do. That doesn't justify me killing you, Dave, right? So, you know, take it easy, Dave. Stop being so insulted. Gotta run, but thanks for your activism, Chip, says Sensi. Sensi, thank you so much for being a member. Thank you so much for being here. Everybody else, thank you so much for being here. You know, Dave says, Chip, you're amazing. Yeah, sure, Dave. Thank you so much, Dave. Whatever, it is what it is. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. I hope you got something from these conversations. And if anything, I mean, you saw we had a bad day. We had a lot of, bad day. We had conversations. They weren't the greatest conversations, very few changes. But that's okay. There will be days like that. And at the end of the day, that was a different Dave, says. Okay, that was a different Dave. Okay, there's two Daves in the chat. I'm sorry. I confused the two. I'm sorry to both Daves. Thank you so much for being here. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Please like this video. Drop a comment and tell me, hey, you know what? This conversation, you should have done it this way. You would have had a better success. I don't think you're right when you say this. Whatever it is, you know, I'm willing to listen to that and maybe even challenge you on it. Listening to it doesn't mean that I agree with it. It just means I will challenge you on it. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate everybody. So many donations today. Thank you so much for that, by the way. And yeah, if you're not vegan, subscribe. Maybe you'll go vegan, who knows? Or maybe you'll see a different perspective and you'll be a little bit smarter for that perspective. If you are vegan, you know, actually, if you're not vegan, why aren't you vegan? That's weird, right? Just be vegan. Stop it with this. Respect animals. That's all it is. If you are vegan, please just do one activism thing, whatever that means. Speak to somebody. Go and drop a comment, like a vegan video. I don't know, whatever it is. Do one thing per day. It always helps with the animals, at least one, right? And if you're a vegan and an activist, drop your. If you're a vegan and an activist, drop it in the comments. I want to see more videos from activists, and I want to share more videos from activists. I want more people to be propped up. We need more vegans. We need more of it. So, yeah. Thank you so much for being here. Gray Sky Vegan, nice to see you. And yeah, tomorrow I'll see you on Sky's channel. So for people who don't know, Sky Jack Morgan, I'll be there tomorrow. We'll be having awesome conversations. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate absolutely all of you. I especially thank the moderators who do an amazing job. And I especially thank the people who had done absolutely amazing donations, a lot of donations, so much donations. Yeah, have an awesome day, have an awesome life. And well, have an awesome life to the people who won't be coming around. To the other people, I'll see you around. So, bye everyone. I will end now. So.